All right, what is popping, everybody? I'm wondering, can y'all hear me? Ah, I feel like I got something on my mouth. It's the light in here for me. I don't know why. I just feel like it's just not giving what needs to be gave. Um, all right, we're just gonna rock with it. So, what is popping, everybody? What is popping? What is popping? What is popping? So we here. It's been an eventful couple of days. You know what I'm saying? It's been an eventful couple of days. There's been a lot going on. I've been running my mouth. So this is an unofficial chat. However, I know a lot of people been wanting to get on, wanting to talk, and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link. And if any of you guys want to come on here and chat and kind of get into something, because I know I didn't go live today. I did more video uploads. So if anybody, we this was going to be like an unofficial boys chat. This is not the boys chat because I didn't, we didn't we didn't decide to do that yet. But I mean, but this is not just for boys. So girls, trans, anybody that wants to come on can come on. You know what I mean? So we're gonna drop the link and come on here because I don't feel like doing all the talking, to be honest. Um, so anybody want to get on here and have something to say, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you are, jump in and get into some things with us on here. Um, okay, feel free. Feel free to click the link. All right, so today was a very eventful day. The conversation is going to be surrounding uh, straight men in hip hop. The Lil Nas X piece. We can talk about music. We can talk about the comparison between Little Baby's video. Dababy's video, Lil Nas X's video. Anything you guys want to get off your chest, I will stay on here for a few minutes to see who wants to come on. If we don't have any people on here, I'm going to take my happy ass off of here because I talked all day. I done did StationHead. I done did 3 uploads. So somebody said you better show Laverne Cox post you. Oh, absolutely. Shout out to Laverne Cox. She did repost us. So shout out to her. Now we found out that she watches the show. And shout out to M. Lamar. We love both of you guys, okay? Oh shit, I almost spilled that. So with that, I'm here and I'm at work. Okay, so people saying that they here. I need some of y'all to start clicking this link because I'm not finna do it. I done ran my mouth all day. But the other thing is, I don't know. It's just this the conversation surrounding homophobia and somebody said, oh, somebody's coming in here, but they said if a device is not connected. The conversation surrounding homophobia in hip hop, it's just so crazy because then it becomes this conversation surrounding Cardi B. And I'm like trying to figure out why everybody is trying to justify what Dababy said with the response to Cardi B. Like, I don't understand why Cardi B is being brought into this. Like, and it seems like there's a lot of people with a personal vendetta against Cardi B, and that's why they want her to be brought up in this situation. And that I don't understand. Okay, so I'll bring somebody on. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Why are you in the dark? Okay, so what you got?
I don't. There's a lot of things that you say that I don't really agree with.
You don't have to agree.
I mean, not shading or anything like that, but I mean, it's a lot when you talk about Dababy and Lil Nas X. I don't get where Lil Nas X came in it, besides T.I. and everybody else bringing him up. Dababy never said anything about Lil Nas X. So how are they even? How are the two even a topic?
Right. That's the question that we're all trying to figure out. Why would Ti kickstart this off and make the baby statements parallel the baby statements with, well, if Lil Nas X can do what he did in a music video, then Little Baby should have freedom of speech to say whatever he wants to say against gay people and people with HIV. That's how he got brought into it.
DaBaby never said anything about gay people.
Yeah, he did.
People attach themselves to the HIV and the AIDS comment. Like,
no. Straight people did that. Gay people did not do that. Maybe some people did, but I know I wasn't one of them, and T.S. Madison wasn't one of them. What actually happened, because I watched it from start to finish, what actually happened was DaBaby said, if you ain't got AIDS or HIV or any of those diseases that will kill you and that you're gonna die from within 2 weeks, put your cell phones up in the air. That was one issue. Then he said, if your pussy smell like water, put your cell phones in the air. Then he said, if you're not one of them niggas that, if you wasn't sucking dick in the parking lot, put your cell phones in the air. And then they said, yeah, because some of you niggas is suspect. Some of y'all niggas be out here sucking dick. That was a dig to gay people.
That DaBaby didn't make that comment. That was somebody else that said that on the stage with him.
Yeah, but that pretty much was what they were talking about. He alluded to that. That's what they said. He agreed with that. He said, you're suspect. Like, these niggas are suspect. Like, that's what he was talking about. He wouldn't be talking about a bitch. Why would he do that?
But he never said anything about gay people having HIV or AIDS. He didn't put that.
No one said we did. I never said he did. I never said he did. What I said was there could have been people with HIV and AIDS, man, woman, gay, straight, boy, or girl, that has been a fan of DaBaby. Even if I had AIDS, if I go to see you in concert, bitch, don't remind me that I have AIDS. I don't want to think about this while I'm damn near probably high or drunk or trying to get turned up. I don't see DaBaby to tell me about health. That's not my doctor.
Okay, he apologized, didn't he?
Yeah, after the coins start getting reversed, after Dewey Leap, after the white people started getting involved. Before that, it was more of a, well, you guys wouldn't stand out there for black people. When it was seeming like black people were the only ones with the issue, he was standing 10 toes down in what he said. Then when he had got that phone call from Boho, then when the white people was on his ass about Dewey Lipa and that record, then he came out and apologized. But before that, when it was just a black issue, you know, when the black people was going off, it was more so like, oh, y'all niggas, you know, y'all wouldn't have this same energy when the police is shooting us down. That's what he said.
Okay, but and this is not to bring Cardi B, and I'm gonna let you go. This is not to bring Cardi B in anything, but I did not see anybody holding Cardi B to the fire the way that they are holding Lil Nas X to the fire. And yes, something about her child and all of that doesn't make it right.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was talking about canceling her and taking deals from her. No one was doing.
Keep going.
It's just like, everybody have their pick-me's of what they choose to be upset about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you feel like what? So in regards to this being, so you feel like it'll have been okay to cancel DaBaby if Cardi B was like, we should base everything off of what Cardi B is. That what I'm not saying if it's right or wrong. So do you feel like whatever Cardi B's punishment was should be the same as DaBaby, or is that what you're saying? Like we should base everything off of Cardi B?
No, I'm not saying we should base everything off of Cardi B. I'm just saying everybody have their pick-me's of who they choose to be upset with.
I think that's true. And I think that there could be a bias a little bit when it comes to women. However, again, with Cardi B, not that I'm justifying it, because she was not right for saying that either. That was still nasty. And she should have gotten certain repercussions. But at the end of the day, she was responding to something that she felt attacked, and she responded. Now, can I tell somebody how to respond when they feel attacked? If you feel attacked by me and you respond a certain way, I can't tell you how to do that. Now, does it make it right how you respond? However, the thing about DaBaby that makes this thing just a little bit different is we don't know where this came from. it feels like an unwarranted attack and dig. And then when you have T.I. that comes in and makes this about Lil Nas X, it's like, okay, so is this like, are y'all mad because Lil Nas X is popping?
You can't say, maybe Lil Nas, I mean, maybe, okay, maybe you can say that towards Boosie and T.I., but Dababy ain't said anything about Lil Nas X.
No, he didn't. But the bigger conversation is this: is there? He didn't say anything about anything. Other than the fact that he was being rude. So we don't know where that came from. So it's left for us to assume, because the tweet that T.S. Madison put out was, "What was the reason?" And then if you've seen this video, it looked like he inserted AIDS photo in there, kind of trolling. So he's still keeping it going. So it's just like, what is the fantasy with AIDS? What is the AIDS tea? Like, what is the issue? What is his infatuation with HIV and AIDS? I don't know. That was just a little bit weird. Crown Thomas Television, what's going on? Hello? Okay, is he here or is he frozen? Okay, you niggas gotta come on and be right. Let's bring Xavier. Hello, Xavier?
Hello.
Hey, how old are you?
16.
You too young to be having this conversation.
All right, I just want to chime in.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I cannot be talking to kids. You know, they this is the gossip section. Somebody been said on here, I was in here entertaining kids. I do not play those games. I don't trust these niggas, and they love to throw this shit on us. I don't play the kiddie stuff. Not even just for fun and jokes. Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
You gonna get me in the dark because I'm at work. But
okay,
I think it's very like, why do people try to bring, like, I get you want to compare things, but I find it very dumb, especially if you're part of the LGBT community.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can be people make comments, right? And you don't have to defend everyone. You ain't gotta like everyone. And when people genuinely apologize right away, then it means something. But when you're sitting here on Twitter liking certain things, saying freedom of speech, saying you can't cancel me, da 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 da, that wasn't a genuine apology from Dababy. So for people keep like still bringing up comparisons about Cardi or any other artist, because I'm not going to do that. I'm not the Barbs. I'm not going to bring up what other celebrities have said.
Hold on. If I bring you up, please mute your mic, because there's a lot going on. Okay, I muted them. Go ahead.
Okay, because there's a lot of celebrities that have said ignorant stuff about the LGBT community in their songs, and that have never spoken for the LGBT community when it comes to these issues, and the LGBT community doesn't see it. It's like, wake up. This has nothing to do about other artists. This, if you're really smart, this has to do with the agenda, and I'm going to use the word since they love using it, the agenda that these heterosexual Black men are using, trying to take out this little gay Black boy who's young, who's gay and Black and outspoken, and they don't like seeing that on TV or in the forefront. Why? Because then what are they gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and one thing I really don't like, and this is what pisses me off about Black people, especially as I'm on Twitter and I'm looking at some of the Black heterosexual men and I'm looking at some of the Black women, and they're on here saying they're trying to cancel this Black man as if Lil Nas X is not Black. And see, this is what pisses me off, because it seems like the straight community tried to divide LGBTQ and Black people. Like, Black people can't be gay. Like, because if you gay, then you must not be Black. It's like, bitch, we all Black. So don't make this about they're trying to take down this Black man. It's the ignorance from this particular man. But it's almost like that LGBT community, that community, bitch, I'm still Black. And so that's what when they start talking to me with that kind of rhetoric, that's when they lose me, because it's like, bitch, I don't wake up and say, well, what color am I? Oh, this is the LGBT. I don't wake up and look like a fucking rainbow flag. I look like a brown-skinned Black man when I wake up. So, bitch, I'm no different. I'm the same color as Dababy. So and when I'm both, the only thing that's different is who I fuck with at night. That's it. So this is not about, oh, they're trying to cancel a black man, or they're trying to, no, this is not about him, the LGBT community trying to cancel a black man. You know what I mean? Like the fact that if we want to talk about canceling a black man, they're trying to silence Lil Nas X, who is a black man. Does that not count? They don't even feel like he should have the same rights as them. The baby just posted a whole video of him fucking a old white bitch
and getting fellatio
butt ass naked in jail. Now, if Lil Nas X did a video with fucking the white judge in his ass and getting his dick sucked by the white security guard butt booty naked, then people would have lost their fucking minds. And in the fucking pick me ass gays would have been on here trying to tell me that he's doing all of this to show that he's gay. We get it, he's gay. Where's the talent? Well, bitch, haven't you realized if the nigga's gay, he's not gonna be in the video kissing bitches. You just like, you know what I mean? That's not, why don't we say that about every nigga that has a female in the video? Well, he's straight. We get he's straight. Why he got big booty bitches stripping? We know Megan Thee Stallion likes niggas. Why she got to show her ass? Like, why is it whenever a gay person does something, they zero in on the sexual act of the gay versus the creativeness or the production or the performance? It's almost like, oh my God, he's trying to throw that he's gay in his face. Nah, bitch. Just like you can shake your ass in a thong, I can shake my ass in this jockstrap. Just like you can kiss that bitch and get head in the fucking video, I can kiss this nigga and get head. Bitch, fuck you.
And then I don't get how they're so upset about lyrics as well, because this is another thing. When half of these rappers talk about killing, shooting, drug dealing, the R word, because they've said it in raps, and nobody is offended by it. They're singing along.
Let's just take the baby's video. The nigga was sitting here glamorizing being ignorant, shooting somebody in front of paparazzi cameras. So you're telling your kid, oh, it's okay. You, as long as you be a rapper, shoot these niggas, and you can get head by the bitch in jail.
Isn't this the same Dababy that in 2018 was went to court because he killed somebody? Did y'all forget about that at Walmart? It was a fan that went up to him and they got in a fight. He punched the guy, and then the guy that was trying to separate the fight, Dababy shot him and killed him. Because in some of his lyrics, I find it funny and I find it ironic that he talks about getting away with it.
Exactly. Okay, so let me bring some other people in here. What's going on, Atal and the Nutcase Network? Okay, what's going on, y'all?
What's up, man?
Hey, take turns. I don't care who go first.
Oh, I just wanted to say, as an HIV positive individual that takes their medicine every day, that shit didn't bother. Excuse me, that didn't bother me. That didn't bother me at all. I'm more upset about everybody else's reaction. Not that anybody's wrong. I just don't know which side to take.
Okay, so why? So what? So please elaborate.
What he's trying to say is like they trying to make it a black issue versus a gay issue right away, and he's black and gay. Is what I'm understanding.
There you go. And I watched I Am Zoe and T.I. talk about it. And for me, it was like, well, this turned out to be a great thing because, one, you do have this game changer like Lil Nas X, who's on the hip hop scene, who's starting the conversation. You have a gay man and a straight rapper trying to talk it out. So I watched that earlier today. I couldn't figure it out, but that made me feel like I don't have to take a side. I'm black and I'm gay.
I mean, I don't think you have to take sides. I feel like whatever your integrity garners as far as what you feel like is acceptable is cool for you. And that's the whole situation that I feel like it's a double standard. First of all, it's a double standard for me, and it's a superiority complex that these niggas have. These dudes have. And the selective anger that they place on certain issues, but then they don't place on other issues. I mean, I wrote a few notes because for me, I'm a single mom. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gay. I'm not, in the LGBTQ community, but I have people who are good friends of mine who are. I have people who deal with viruses and issues, you know, that I know personally. And if you take offense to it, then you take offense to it. If you don't, you don't. But it's the superiority complex that these dudes have out here in the music industry, especially. Okay. Priorities is the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel like niggas don't have no priorities, period. Okay. When was the last time they saw or bonded with their children in a meaningful way? Okay. When was the last time they visited their child's school?
You
You
have
know,
the baby. You got Daddy Lay out here looking like a whole fool.
that's what I'm saying. And as a single mom, I got 3 boys. You know what I'm saying? And they get made fun of. They get called gay. They get called all types of names just because they're intelligent, smart, young individuals. You know what I mean? And it's like, when was the last time you were in the community? Okay, what are you building for the community? Because I see all of these people taking the baby's side. And yes, he may have been at the concert having a good time. And, you know, things happen. Everybody's vibing. Everybody's having a good time. But as a celebrity, first of all, you have to be very mindful and cognizant of the messages that you put out here. And I called in Armand when we were talking about Lil Nas X the last time and how everybody was hating on him. And it's like, you have to be very cognizant of the message that you put out. And if y'all are going to get so upset about people getting upset about him not being worried about what he's saying as a celebrity, as someone setting an example, why are we not getting upset about these other issues where all these niggas is out here dogging all these women and dogging out their kids? Come on now. Like, and I'm not trying to change the subject, but I'm just saying it's about the priorities. It's crickets for other oppressed groups. Even in this situation, it's crickets when other oppressed groups are put in vulnerable situations or in situations where they're being belittled. But every time it's a black man that wants to say something or feels some type of way slighted by other people, it's like everybody got to jump on the bandwagon. No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that. But I think I don't really want to talk about women issues because I'm not a woman and I don't want to say the wrong thing. But I just feel like when it comes to that, I feel like women probably don't get a lot of support with that because women don't support each other when it comes to a man. Women will turn on each other for some dick. That's just what it is. And women, the only time I feel like women support each other is when it comes against a transgender or a gay man. They'll band together. But if it's some mandingo dick in the middle, bro, you out.
No,
they gonna take that nigga side.
Women issues either. I don't, but I feel
they gonna take that nigga side.
You know, that's the whole point of it. It's like, as a black man, he doesn't get a pass. It's like no one gets a pass in this like situation. If you're somebody who is a person of integrity and you're a celebrity, you're not gonna go out there and just say whatever just to please a crowd.
So here's my thing with Dababy. Like, I wish that guy was back up here, but I think because he was saying that he don't know which side to take. Honestly, I feel like it's very clear that Dababy was being disrespectful because even if like T.I. said, because I watched a little bit of him in the Zoe thing, where T.I. was like, you know, people just say that. It was a crowd hyper, the crowd filler moment where he was just like, if you ain't got no STDs and, you know, make some noise, that people, DJs say that. Okay, well, boom. If you was just doing that for that moment, all right. So then when you got the backlash, it would have been nothing for you to be like, y'all, you know what? Honestly, that probably wasn't the right thing for me to say. No shade. It came out wrong. I genuinely apologize because I did not mean it like that. But since it's so hard for him to say that, you meant that came from a place. Mm-hmm. And you want to stand in that a little bit. You feel some kind of way that people feel some type of way about what you said. You know what I mean? So now it becomes more of it wasn't an accident. Like, you meant that, because if it was just, you know, just word vomit and it was just kind of a crowd for you, like, oh shit, I you know what, that was my bad. I mean, I'm just used to saying shit like that. My bad, y'all. You know what I mean? I love my fans. Like, I was just feeling it. You know, it's been quarantine, nigga, been hype. I was turned up. You know, I just said some shit. It was that simple. But he's like literally dry apologizing. Then came back with, oh, you know, the LGBT, I don't really fuck with y'all. I mean, I fuck with y'all. I don't care what y'all do. Like, nigga, no, like, I don't know. It's the arrogance.
He don't want to take accountability. He doesn't want to take accountability. And that's just period.
Okay, what's going on, Crown?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
2 points. and I'm a heterosexual male myself. Like, so the biggest thing with me was when he said it, he got the backlash and everything. And it's the point that you made. After the backlash and everything, after people started getting on him, what resonated with me and what got me upset was the response rather than apology, rather than accountability. I'm sorry. It was, oh, we're saying things like, oh, well, my fans don't have HIV because they not dirty gay niggas and stuff like that. Like that is sort of like, okay, you could have just said, oh, well, I didn't mean it like that. My bad. I apologize. Cool. That would have been it. But to continue to go on that route of not even taking accountability for saying stuff like that, that sort of dug you into a deeper hole for me.
Yeah.
And a second point for me is, and this is why I really get upset with heterosexual men like us in general, it's like we pick and choose when we want to have the conversation of morals, the conversation of values, and all this stuff that we don't want to show our kids, all this stuff. We only do that when it comes to gay shit.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
We allow we say, oh, well, I don't want my child to see this, but we allow our child to see us disrespecting their mother, or we allow our child to see us being with so many different women and disrespecting them and doing all these things. But we allow our child to see that. But when it comes to gay shit, we like, oh, we don't want our child to see this stuff. No, just not that. That annoys me because it's like you pick and choose when you want to have morals and talk about the Bible and all this little extra stuff.
That's T.I. Now that's the T.I. energy. That's the T.I. piss.
Even with Bootsy, where it's like you don't want to talk about how you had your then 14-year-old child was talking about getting his dick sucked. You was talking about you getting his dick sucked because you training him and all this. That's 14 years old.
Right. And let me ask you this. So you're a straight man, right? Now, are you trying to be straight?
No.
Exactly. So you don't try to be gay. You don't try to be straight. So Boosie is saying, you know, Lil Nas X is up there performing and dancing naked in front of men that's trying to be straight. It's to try to be straight for me.
That's weird. Like, how do you
try to be straight? How do you try to be gay? Like, what is that?
Because they're afraid of their own thoughts. They're afraid of their own feelings. They're afraid of what's deep down inside that they may have floating around in their mind. I feel like there are a lot of men out here who have conversations in their garage while they grilling, watching their old 2008 big screen TV, talking about gay men and what they doing. And if you really had any priorities about yourself, it wouldn't matter what a gay man is out here doing. It wouldn't matter how he's trend setting. It wouldn't matter what he puts in his video. You would just be happy to uplift that other man, especially as another fellow black man.
But that's the piece, because they try to make it about, oh, protect the black man. You don't give a fuck about black men unless it's the hetero dominant black man, because when they see me, I guess I'm not a black man. I'm a faggot and a queer and a sissy. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not black. At some point, I'm not black until the police is shooting you, or until the police is shooting you and I need to be down there protesting, or until for the women, they need me to take OG side over Evelyn Lozada, or until they want me to cancel Cardi B because she's Puerto Rican and they want me to take, I don't know, some dark-skinned chick side. Now all of a sudden I'm black. Now I'm black first. But when it comes to me asking you not to disrespect me, it's, well, you in that LGBT community, you guys are always complaining. You guys are always
too much.
Absolutely.
So
you're dragging.
I just find it funny that the straight community gets to pick when I'm black and when I'm gay. First. That's the piece. When I'm black and when I'm LGBT first. That's interesting.
Another point I wanted to make with T.I., for example, right? With the whole backlash and everything, no one mentioned Lil Nas X first except for him. No one said anything about, well, Lil Nas X this, Lil Nas X that. He's the first one that tweeted something about Lil Nas X saying, well, if he could do this in peace, why can't Dababy and things like that? And it was like, wait a minute. Lil Nas X is doing something or being himself, right? Being himself. So you're saying that it's okay for, if it's okay for Lil Nas X to sit here and show respect to who he is and care about who he is, you're saying that it's okay for us to disrespect who he is. So
And what I thought was interesting,
like you brought up his name. Why are you bringing up his name?
well, because and the thing is, I think, and what I thought was interesting, he brought up his name in conjunction with the HIV piece, which was not it,
That
because
too.
I feel like as a gay person, I don't wear HIV because any one of us up here can get infected, and we have a gay black man, we have a transgender, we have a cishead male straight, and we have a cishead female woman, biological woman up here. So guess what? You two down there, y'all can catch HIV just like I can, and just like she can. So none of HIV isn't gonna say, well, guess what? Where's the gay guy? Right. You're gonna get me to live in you for the rest of your life. So my thing was, T.I. was trying to make it, he combined those two together. Exactly. And I'm just like,
because he's the first person that said the name.
But T.I. was the first person who said it, but you got to think about, he might have been the first person who said it,
but he wasn't the first one that thought it. Everybody was thinking that.
That's what I'm saying. They're having private conversations about this on the back end, behind the scenes. They're talking about this because they have a phobia about this whole conversation and situation. True. And T.I. felt like he finally had the opportunity and the stage to go ahead and say something.
And you know why? You know why they were having this conversation? Because Lil Nas X is fucking it up right now with the numbers. So outside of just the general homophobia, let's take it to the entertainment industry. Lil Nas X is breaking through in a space where it's like, it's uncomfortable. You know why it's uncomfortable? And it's no shade against any other demographic of LGBTQ. But this particular situation, he's not trans. He's not a drag queen. He's not a man in a wig. He's not a man in a skirt and a beard and lashes. It's a boy that looks like a regular guy, but he's gay. So now you can't say, okay, let's just put him over there. No, because this nigga can be in a football commercial. He can be in a Nike commercial. He can be he can be marketable. He can branch off into various different, genres. He's not just going to be typecast as one thing because he's a regular person. Yeah. Just like T.I. looks, just like Dababy. Lil Nas X, the way that he looks as himself, he can do anything that Dababy does. It'd be different if he was trans or a drag queen or a man in a dress. You market those different. You can put them over there. Lil Nas X, you can't put them over there. And that's why it's fucking them up, because it's like, oh my God, is this going to make more of these niggas come out and start doing this shit? We're used to these niggas being the makeup artists, the stylists, and the hairdressers. Don't get these niggas the Grammys. This nigga already got 4. He's got number ones. So now these niggas are feeling away because it's like, are these gay niggas going to start coming around and taking all the attention? Are these gay niggas going to be coming around and accepting our awards and then be called a rapper?
The audacity, right?
The audacity to be called a rapper. So that's the problem. Let me bring on Pisces. What's going on, girl?
Hi. Sorry, I had a call.
Hold on. Somebody's phone is really carrying. Okay. I can't take too much of that. Okay, go ahead.
Hi. Okay. Yes. I just really wanted to say this. This whole conversation has been boggling my mind all these days, and I normally don't get on Instagram and go back and forth, but I've really been these past few days. But it was a turning point for me where I came to the realization of something, and it was scary for me. I don't know if anybody else caught T.I. point when he said, if gay people have more rights than us, just say that. And
yeah, I heard that.
That became a scary point for me because I'm thinking, like, is it true that some Black people think about this as the totem pole method, and gay people just so happen to them, in their opinion, to be the lowest on the totem pole?
Yes.
So are they mad because they can no longer poke fun at gay people? Are they mad because you can no longer say the things you used to say without the backlash? Because that was the most confusing part to me. How are you having such a serious conversation, spreading misinformation, and the misinformation coming part of what sexually transmitted disease make you die in 2 to 3 weeks? You know, on top of that, irresponsible sex is not the only way you get HIV. It is literally people born with it by no fault of their own that could have been in that concert. It could have been some Make-A-Wish people in that concert that's dying in 2 to 3 weeks. That was the insensitive part about it. But then to turn around and make it just a gay issue and was upset because people didn't think it was okay, that was the turning point of, oh, this is crazy to me.
Yeah, because that's that superiority complex that I was talking about, that it seems like a lot of, not all, but a lot of heterosexual men have, especially heterosexual Black men. It's like they feel like they should be higher on that totem pole. They feel like they should be put in a higher place than other oppressed groups. And for him to call out Lil Nas X and make that correlation, that was just foul, because it shows what y'all are talking about on the back end and how you feel like you should be considered as better than other groups of people. You know what I mean? Like, you got to lift yourself up.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I put to say, and the weirdest part was speaking pro-Blackness into the conversation while carrying a white man's water for me. That's what killed me. To speak, you know, but I don't want my kids seeing it, or if he act gay in front of me, I'm gonna do this. It was just, it's just weird. These supposed to be macho alpha male, you know, celebrities taking time to speak about this, like they
but
have
don't take time to speak about anything else. They don't take time to speak about anything else, but they can take time out their day to speak about this. Like I said, when was the last time you did something in your community?
See, I understand where you come from. You like, bitch, you worried about these gay niggas. Come get your kids.
Thank you. I mean, not even just your kids, but like, come and plant the gardens, okay? So we don't have to keep going to the grocery store. Come and do something for the community, other than talking about what Lil Nas X is doing while he out here showing out. Like, come on, he's showing the fuck out. Come on.
But then again, it's weird to say for me. It's almost like a spoiledness, because you have to realize in the Black community, shit literally starts and ends with Black men. Like when we get shot down by the police, all the gays, women, all this is just protect us. But
support.
We're not required to do the same for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
When there's certain issues when it comes to Black women, we're not required to protect you guys. Women have to protect, Black women have to protect Black women. Gay individuals have to protect their own. But y'all have to protect us. That's weird to me.
But the whole thing, and this would be the whole thing. But then this would be the whole thing. That's the craziest part, and we all know that. But then you have the women and even some of the gays. They're willing to do it and willing to fight each other over the nigga.
Oh my God, I am so tired.
Over the nigga.
We just
and don't do a shit.
We just sit here and be superior and just be,
or they white.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yo. And I want to say, I want to say,
it's like, come on, like, but see, that's the problem. That's why I said what I said about dude who that back then was talking about the guy he was dating in jail and everything, and we was talking about how women be ready to hold down men who in jail and locked up and everything else. It's a situation where folks have to have more self-esteem. They got to feel higher about themselves, because this is not okay. I don't feel like what Dababy said was okay, because Armand, I agree with you when you had said, you know, I'm at the party, I'm at the concert to chill, I'm relaxing, I done paid my money for a ticket. I'm not trying to hear about nothing like that, okay? Especially if I'm in that position. You can't just sit out here and say whatever you want to say and do whatever you want to do. You got to be mindful of the message that you putting out here. If you so-called are so concerned about what your kids is seeing, if you're so concerned, come on.
And I think a lot of people are missing the bigger message on why this took so much fire. I feel like even in that, it was offensive and it could have been kind of like, all right, moved on. But I think the reason why it took so much fire is really when T.I. came out and basically justified what he said because of Lil Nas X's music video. That is what took the turn for me and made this a homophobic issue, because you saying something ignorant has nothing to do with Lil Nas X's music video.
Exactly. You was trying to protect somebody, you started fire.
And what that really said was like what Nutcase said, T.I., you've been holding this in and you've been feeling away. Y'all been having conversations about it. And then to come to find out that, baby, you just recorded a jailhouse video, and you know what I mean? Like, it's the irony for me. And to me, I just feel like it goes back to, yes, obviously there's homophobia, but then outside of that, there's this competition within the music industry, and there's a fear that this man right now, as a gay guy, is opening up way too many doors. And I bring this back to female rap sometimes, because I feel like a lot of people see what Cardi B was able to bring. She opened up a floodgate of female rappers, and they're like, shit, we do not need that Cardi B effect to happen with the gays. Yeah, because we were used to having them behind the scenes and used to them being silenced. You know what I'm saying?
They know they can't compete, child. They know they can't compete.
But it's not even a competition, because
it's not though.
But it goes back to what Pisces Princess said. It's more of this idea that like everybody can exist as long as the black man is here, or the black people. Because then you got the black man, then you got the black women, then you got the gays, and then you got the trans. Okay, so then it's just like, so you got the black man, then you got the black woman, but then the gays are just, whether you're a man or a woman, whatever, you under them. And so a lot of times straight people feel like whatever, we live in this taboo world, that's this subculture, that's this non-normal world. And what we're fighting for is normalcy. It's like, we're normal people too, but it's like they want to keep us as like, you guys are not normal. You guys are perverts. You guys are this abnormal, unnatural. You know, they like to throw that word around. Unnatural world. So it's not normal. It's not natural. So you guys are beneath us. And now we're changing what that looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're here too, and we are equals. We're not better than you. They're not better than us. We're all equals. And as black people, we just love different types of people. Why is that a problem? I don't get it.
It shouldn't be a problem. And the competition is not on Lil Nas X side. What I mean is that Lil Nas X, like I said before, he's in his lane. He's doing what he wants to do. He's living in his truth. And the fact that he's confident in who he is, because of the insecurities that these other musical people have, these other people in the industry, they have underlying insecurities that they don't know how to deal with. And because they don't know how to deal with those insecurities, they have to make it into a competition and make it to a point where one person has to be better than the other. It doesn't have to be like that. Everybody can like who they want to like, but because they're insecure about their standards and they're insecure about what they can provide or what they have to offer, they got to tear the next person down. You know?
It's just hey, everybody.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, I just had one thing. Okay, y'all, what's pissing me off the most about this is I'm so sick of y'all bringing the kids in the situation and worrying about the kids. We wasn't worried about the kids when talking about T.I.'s son, and he wasn't worried about his own child when he allowed his child to do smoke weed and then lose his virginity.
First of all, I'm sorry to cut you off. T.I., you're not worried about your kids. You and your wife is having gangbangs, threesomes, drugging women allegedly, and they're running a whole sex ring, and it's all over. Don't tell me you worried about your kid watching Lil Nas X. You the freakiest family in America.
I'm just saying, hey, we got bigger fish to fry. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
And my whole thing is, I was over here defending you like, listen, let the people be kinky. But bitch, you got kids, and your kids and your kids' classmates know that, hey, your daddy is a freak, and your mama's with the shit too. Like now, like that to me is a bigger problem than them watching Lil Nas X kiss a man at the BET Awards. You don't take that home with you.
Or the fact that you was behind your daughter at the GYN.
Yeah, that's weird.
Right. That's goofy. That's some type of suspect. Like, why? It's just like the people are really showing their colors right now. And I hope everybody don't forget when they come down the line and they have these concerts and these new albums, remember how they was a couple of years back. Same thing with Lil Wayne and Kanye West. Don't forget these goofies. Don't forget them. because I don't know how the blackest city ever gave Kanye West the day of Kanye whatever. But just last year he was saying slavery was an option. Like what?
I appreciate. Well, actually, go ahead. Y'all finish talking. I'm about to try to pull something up real quick. Oh, and two, this is what I want. This is a safe space for any. Listen, this is late at night, so I don't give a fuck. So listen, I want the people who don't agree. Where y'all at? Like, come here. Like, I'm not gonna ban you. I'm not gonna block you because I feel like there are some people that are on Team Dababy. I want to hear from you. Don't be afraid to come up here. Because I know everybody in here don't like me. Okay, so I want to hear from you. Okay, so y'all continue talking because I'm about to pull something up real quick.
I think it's also funny because like I was really getting into it and how Dababy really used gay lingo in his song that Rolling Ray used. Give what it's supposed to give.
Right.
He's making a coin off of it, but you want to talk about who's sucking whose dick.
But see, that's what Armand said. They could do the hair. Y'all could, they could have the gays doing the hair and, styling and, giving all the good tea, but they can't support you guys like in whatever is going on in the situation. Like you only pick and choose. It's selective, it's selective support. You want people to support you all the time, but you can pick and choose when you want to support an oppressed group of people. Come on.
And I hate that people are literally anytime it's the LGBT community or gay, they right away forget that there's a lot of black males and they try to make gay kind of like white or not black. And I think it's weird because they're quick to say, oh, to like uplift a heterosexual black man and put down literally tried to use Lil Nas as the little lamb to sacrifice to justify Dababy's actions. It's so weird. I don't like that.
Okay, so let's watch this. Because a lot of people get mad at me because as I was watching my last video and they were like, Armand, you always bring women into this. And so I want to show you an example of when I be saying, and it's not all women, but when I be saying like, I don't really fuck with fish like that. Okay. So what we're going to watch is a video. I think this is it. Of JT on live with Saucy Santana first. Then she gets on a live with some of her straight homeboys. Okay. So this is about a year ago. So let's see how this went down. Can y'all hear this?
What's going on?
Yeah, we can hear.
Living life with my bitch. Santana, that was our song. I barely remember that fucking. I kept telling him, I said, why nobody ain't saying to the air? What the fuck? To the air here. Y'all hoes won't smoke. Let's clear the air. You a homo? You a homo smoke? What's going on? Bitch, what's tea? What? I don't know. What's tea? If a homo smoke, clear the air. Clear the air, bitch. Clear the air was one motherfucker. Bitch, you know how to speak. Once I got shoes off to get it to be the stuff to be dead. I just call a nigga call back when his money up. Fuck no.
Okay, so boom. So I'm about to fast forward through this, right? Okay.
Please.
I'm trying to get it.
Girl got her new year. Like, she don't know the fucking back.
Hold on. Okay, watch. So now she got off the live with Santana. Hold on, let me see.
You ain't from Miami. Please.
So she gets off the live with Santana and she get on the live with these niggas. Watch. Let's see what happens. I think this is it.
My phone. What the?
Man.
You don't know no city girl songs.
Man.
Y'all gotta get off my live. Y'all don't know no city girl songs.
The bad
That's the only song I know.
Now you got.
So come on now. I know you know a city girl song.
Man, we know. Fuck that. I bet you. We the city boys. Stop adding them faggot ass niggas, man.
Y'all the city boys?
Hell yeah. For sure. We got here to take over.
And y'all the city boys got the check.
What you say?
If y'all the city boys, y'all got the check.
We got a what?
Y'all must got money if y'all the city boys.
For sure, duh. We got old money.
Get in the camera. What if that guy? I'm gonna call my real city girls.
Don't add no, you know. Don't add
okay,
no.
if you a black boy said if you ain't no bad bitch, don't
if you
say
ask
that.
no faggot, we gonna call your ass personally. Get on your ass. We gonna report your ass.
I don't give a fuck. Okay, okay, bye y'all.
Okay. Don't add no more faggot ass niggas. You add some more faggot ass niggas. We gon' now listen. They feel that way. That's fine. But my issue is, if you my girlfriend, you're not gonna let no nigga keep calling me no faggot ass bitch.
Right.
No faggot ass nigga too many times. And so that's my thing. So when I say I don't fuck with a lot of fish, it's not because I don't like women, but I know that they will let niggas disrespect me when I'm like, and they won't say nothing. So they'll key with me. But as soon as the nigga get on here, that faggot ass nigga, they not gonna stop it. It's what she didn't say for me. Is the reason why I be like, women like that niggas call gay boys faggots like that, because it makes them feel like, all right, so you're not gay. You won't hang with him.
But it's so high school, like, sis, like a big chunk
Hold
of
on,
your
hold on. Let me delete this bitch because I've been ready. I don't know how I unblocked this bitch, and I don't like her. I don't know why this dumb Deborah bitch is always in my chat. She gotta go. I hate that bitch. Bitch, you're not welcome over here. I don't know how the fuck you got through, bitch. You can never come over here again, you dumb bitch. Like, she be dry trying it in the chat. You be on all other platforms trying to get your dusty bitch ass out of here. I let your motherfucking ugly ass come on here one time, bitch. I'm tired of your phony fucking ass. If you don't like me, get your dirty ass the fuck out of here, bitch, and go to those other channels. You stupid bitch. All right. Thank you. I'm tired of that bitch because I be seeing her everywhere. She be talking shit, but she be trying to be over here. Get her stupid ass the fuck out of here. Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, that's crazy to me. Like, y'all worry about the kids, but worry about the kids where we have these weird goofy behind pedophiles in our community. And yet you still bring them around in reunions and at dinner time. You don't lock them up. You don't tell on them. But you worry about the kids?
No,
like, we've
been.
I'm sorry.
See that? No, it's okay, boo. My bad. It's that video with JT though. Like, I just feel like people be people pleasing too doggone much. It's like if you don't stand for nothing, you fall for anything. And to me, when you have standards, like, I can understand how you feel about the fish. Okay, like, I can understand how you feel, because if you had a true friend, or if you really rode with somebody, you wouldn't let anybody talk about your friends. So why would you let somebody just to people please, just to have somebody come on there and give you some type of clout or blow your head up in some type of way? Why would you allow somebody to just belittle somebody that you were just laughing
Well, it's not
with?
that. It wasn't even she was people. She just really doesn't mind it. And she would actually prefer a nigga. She would prefer a nigga that wasn't too friendly with Saucy Santana. Clearly. Those are the kind of niggas that she kick it with. You know, the guy that was on here, I like him. The reason why, because, and I see people trying to call him gay in here, but that's because he's on the platform with me and you. You see, so when straight men do try to come out and say, hey, they get shitted on.
Yeah.
And defend the LGBT.
Which we need him on the boys chat. So I don't know where the fuck he's at, but we need him on the actual boys chat, because there was a woman who requested that we have more straight men, but I feel like we can't have straight men because they're going to get called gay because they're not calling us faggots.
They get labeled gay really quick.
Or simp.
Yeah, they got to be suspect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But really, they got more education, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, I have. Go ahead, Eva.
Earlier, you were talking about on StationHead how celebrities don't come out and say stuff, And I'll say this. I literally, when you were saying that, you
Well,
know
I didn't
who
say
I
celebrities. I said celebrity women that the gay boys champion. So I'm talking about your Nicki Minaj's. I'm talking about your Cardi B's, your Rihanna's,
and you
your
know I was quick.
Beyonce's,
I
Kim
was quick
Kardashian's.
to DM a certain person about that because it's so true. Like when it comes to certain issues, the LGBT issues or the homophobia in rap, it gets brushed under the rug, and there
Mm-hmm.
is no light or nothing shed on to like to voice and like to help us or ally us. Like we don't ask you to do it, but you should do it because you're taking our coin. And if you don't feel like you should, then maybe you shouldn't be taking our coin because
And not to mention the LGBTQ and the trans community. Let me tell you something. When it comes to these, and I'm only going to talk about the top tier bitches, like for real. When it comes to your Nicki Minaj, your Cardi B, your Beyonce's, your Rihanna's, your fucking Kim Kardashians and Kylie Jenners of the world, your Nene Leakes and Wendy Williams and all. Bitch, there's a fag behind every last one of them bitches.
Yes.
There's a fucking sissy queen queer behind every one of them bitches. And whenever there's an issue like that, all them hoes are quiet. But we will literally be on here fighting and exposing each other over them. It's crazy. And I'm guilty of it too. But I'm just saying, we go hard for hoes that will go mute. Guess why? Because it's a nigga involved. They never gonna choose us over no nigga. You seen what JT did? They never gonna choose us over the nigga. Ever.
But that's crazy though, because when the ninjas be doing us so fucking dirty, who do we come and cry to? We come to cry to y'all.
Period.
So crazy. So crazy.
Like, every time there's so many relationships I could go back in my mind and be like, man, yeah, he did tell me, and I sure didn't listen. And where I'm at, talking to you again, saying, damn it, yeah, sis, I should have listened. Yeah, I should have listened.
Because people don't like to do what's unpopular. People don't like to do what's unpopular.
No, it's not just that. They really don't give a fuck. You know, a lot of these celebrities, they see us as a dollar. Mm-hmm. Once we start realizing that, they don't give a fuck.
That's true.
Okay,
my folks gonna go there.
All right, bye, Kat. You too, Bill.
Bye.
Okay, but that must be you click clacking like that. Hey.
Hold on. I have been dying to speak to you. OMG. So, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I am personally one of those women that struggle with your comments about, men being homophobic as a result of some woman, prompting him or influencing his decision in the background. And I say that because, and so for me, JT is a poor example. She's an exception. She's ghetto. She has no, to me, this is just my personal opinion. She has no class. She has no couth. And you're right. Like those are her deeply rooted feelings about people like Saucy. I don't think that if he was really her friend, when these dudes got on the live with this homophobic behavior, she should have shut them down immediately, because that's what friends do. Gayness aside, whatever. If I'm a friend of yours and I get on the line with somebody else and they start trashing somebody who's really a friend of mine, I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna say something. And for me, like this whole Dababy, Tory Lanez, T.I. situation is extra infuriating to me, because I feel like they are perfect examples of the fact that they're just ignorant all on their own. I don't feel that their behavior is being prompted by anyone in the background. They're just deeply ignorant individuals that refuse to know any better. They think that they're the smartest people in the room. Their homophobia is deeply rooted, but I don't think that there's any, I don't think it's because there's any woman that's shaming them about, or making these men feel bad about possibly having friends or having maintained platonic relationships with homosexual men. Because like you said, if we're friends, it doesn't matter. Like, the whole thing with Dababy, like, I don't understand why he's so concerned about what gay men are doing in the bedroom. or in a parking lot.
Right. Okay. So I agree with you. Right. And I have made those statements. And I think that you can be an anomaly. Right. And I think that there's less people like you that show themselves. Right. You know, most people that have your back don't really show it publicly. It's the people that don't have your back that show it publicly. You're right. You know what I mean? So like, even if you go read the Yelp reviews, you'll see more negative comments on things than positives. When people have a positive experience, they don't really go write about it. But motherfuckers are going to let you know when they don't like some shit. Right. So maybe that. So in my experience, right, just in my personal life, I've seen it. But let's just take out what I've seen in my personal life. Let's just take it on social media. So over the last couple of days, I've been on the Shade Room's comments. I've been in my comments. I've been everywhere. And when I first started to understand the shift when it came to some of the women that support me in homophobia, it was when I got into it with Kaya, because so many women then turned on me for Kaya. So it let me know that, okay, hold on. They support her nastiness, but when you go back at her, they don't really support that, right? So then as I started to look at the comments, there was a lot of women in the chat that were talking about, well, what is wrong? That community, let's be clear. The Shade Room, the Neighborhood Talk, Hollywood Unlocked, those are predominantly women followed blogs. Right. The Shade Room is owned by a woman. Hollywood Unlocked is owned by a gay man. The Neighborhood Talk is owned by a gay man. We're not talking about DJ Academics. They troll differently. Okay. So and all my followers, predominantly my followers are women too. So when I'm looking at a lot of women faces, and they're saying these things, even women that support me, they're saying, well, it's not that, words like it's not that serious, or conversations like, but he did this to women, which I understand, but it means like, this is not that serious because he did this to women. It tells me that you still don't think that anything that I'm going through is important because it's still not about women or you. You know what I mean? And somehow, because I'm a man, I should be able to deal and handle anything. And then on top of that, I feel like if like we just had a straight man in this chat on this page. I didn't post the comments, but go back once this live is over. When that man announced that he was straight, they were dragging him. Why are you here? Why are you here? They were literally dragging him because he was on my live.
Right.
They were literally tearing him up. I seen one of my moderators saying, well, damn, what's going on tonight? He can't be straight here. The women were dragging him because they're like, he's gay.
It's
See, that's why I don't be fucking with women too sometimes, you know?
It's ignorance, but I just feel that it bothers me when it seems like you're generalizing, because we all don't think like that. It's complete ignorance is what it is. And I guess people just in general, I think it's human nature to not be concerned with anything unless you're directly impacted. But to me, like, again, I feel like Dababy, Tip, these tours, like they're proof that there's no woman in the background. If I'm not mistaken, I think Tiny hangs out with a lot of she has a lot of.
Well, hold on. Because so what I'm saying is, I don't think the woman is fueling like be homophobic.
No, I don't think that's what you're saying either.
But if the nigga is willing to sit on live and kiki with Santana, that woman is gonna be looking at him like
she's starting to question his.
You cool? Oh, you like that? Oh, you cool? Yeah, because he's cool with Santana.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I think that's ignorance, because I personally would not do something like that. And I hope going forward that you don't look at us as a collective. I can understand, because it seems like you've been deeply wounded by this type of behavior.
Well, and the only thing is, and the thing is, I have, because majority of my experiences with women, friends, and I'm not even talking about my family, because it's not, because I don't have my family issues are different. My family is more so either I accept you being gay or I don't. But when I'm around girls that are my friend, either we're cool and then on mad day, I'm a faggot, or we're cool, but then I'm coming to take a shower at your house and you're bleaching everything down like, bitch, you're going to catch, bitch, and you're not even that clean. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or then if the guy is too cool with me, you think that he's got to be gay because why is he so cool with being chummy with you? Why would a nigga want to sit and talk to you so long? Bitch, I don't know, maybe we cool. And it don't mean that I like the nigga. Like, you feel me? Like, that's my boy.
Yeah.
But why can't I have a boy? Why can't I be like, that's my boy, like that's my dog, that's my homie, and we be best friends, and the bitch and I feel like,
be platonic.
and the bitch and I feel like I want to fuck him or he want to fuck me or we on the cool. Like, why can't it be that?
That's that insecurity.
That does not literally come from the men, and I feel like sometimes men feel like they have to show a woman that they not with that shit in order for a woman to feel secure and feel protected by the man. Because
I understand that.
There's so many stories out there about, man caught with man caught with tranny. So women are like, well, wait a minute, what are you fucking around with these? And then not to put it all on the women, let's be very clear. There's so many gays that try to shit on women, from trans to regular. Oh, bitch, I'll take your nigga. Oh, bitch, I fucked her man. So then, sometimes women are on edge like, bitch, I know how these gays can get. They can get very messy and they'll try it. So it's not all the women. I think some of us gays, we've put that out there and we've made women to feel like they have to be on guard because somehow we always want to let a woman know, bitch, we can fuck your nigga.
See, everybody's projecting trauma. That's the fucking problem. Everybody's projecting this fucking trauma. Cause I get tired of bitches. I get tired of bitches too. I got a whole tarot channel. I told you I'm in the tarot community. I bounce over here.
Oh, you my girl. Oh, that's your my. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, and I bounce over here every now and then to catch the tea. But everybody's got these insecurities and these traumas that they don't want to fucking deal with.
Well, pull us some cards right now. What you got for the collector?
You want me to pull some cards?
Yeah, go get your goddamn cards, bitch. Go get them and come back.
Well, Armand, let me say this before I go. I want to say that I feel like you should keep your foot on the baby's neck and don't take it off. I follow you on social media. I follow you on YouTube. I've been a fan for a long time. And I may not always agree with everything you say. However, in this particular situation, I'm with you 150%. And to me, this situation, people need to keep their foot on his neck because it was just horrible and uncalled for, in my opinion.
And what I want to say, I want to say this because I don't know if I've probably said this, but I don't know. It never gets really acknowledged. But I don't not see when the women in the chat stand up. Like, it doesn't go unnoticed. Just like I see the negativity, I see the positivity. I wouldn't sit here. There's so many women that support me. However, there is a large amount of women that are with some of the bullshit. And so those are who I'm talking to. So I'm not talking to. So just know for those, and not even be past you, just know for those women that support me, just like I see the bullshit, like I got that bitch out of here. I got her out of here for a reason because I've seen that bitch. Y'all think that us creators don't see y'all. Bitch, we see y'all. So if I don't want to fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. So I'm saying, like, I see the good ones too. Trust me, I see the good ones.
Armand, what you want me to pull while y'all?
I don't know. Just pull something for the collective. What can the baby experience going forward after all of this? Like, what do you think he can experience after this whole rollout of this HIV and AIDS and these like, what could he expect to experience after such a weekend/week?
I'm gonna check. Y'all talk. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay. Andrew, what's going on? Anderson, sorry. Anderson.
Oh, you good? Yeah, you good. How are you?
Good.
That's good. Yeah, I was actually just tuning into a little bit of what you guys were saying, and actually watching what's been going on too with everybody and all the celebrities who've been giving their 2 cents about what's been going on. It's just kind of crazy because I can't believe that here we are again having to deal with this type of shit. It's like always something. It's like we get so far in certain things and we help lift each other up, or it so seems that way. But then it's always something like this that where it's just like now we just tearing each other down. So it's just like, I don't know. I just can't believe that he would choose that time to actually say shit like that.
I believe it.
And I mean, it's not that I don't believe that he wouldn't say it, but that's something like I could see him saying on like a platform of his like social media type thing. But like everyone was saying, even including you, Armand, like it was when you go to a concert or somewhere where you're spending like your hard-earned cash, that is nothing that you want to go, somewhere you want to go.
I'm gonna be real with you, bitch. When I go out and I get drunk and I get high and I get full, bitch, I don't want to hear about the shit I got going on. Typically, I'm getting away from reality. Like I'm going to go to Hawaii, right? I don't want to give a fuck about whatever bullshit I got going on in my personal life. You know what I mean? And could you imagine going out of town or going to a concert and a motherfucker talking about the shit you got going on, especially like something like HIV? You know what I mean? And you already feel away having the fucking disease. And I don't know about y'all. But you don't have to tell me, and I've always been very clear about, bitch, what I got going on. I've been burned. I've had STDs before. And so I could not imagine me feeling away trying to get through that or just kind of sitting here with an STD and a motherfucker bringing that specific STD up and making me feel like shit. Bitch, I already feel like shit. You know what I mean? Right. And you know what I mean? And you don't even know the circumstances under which I've caught it. You don't know if I was born with it. You don't know if I was raped and caught it. You don't know if I was in love with the nigga and I trusted him and he cheated on me and gave it to me. Like don't make me feel like I'm a dirty whore because I'm already telling myself that I'm that.
Right. That's the message that the baby was trying to send. So let me say this and I'm gonna let y'all go. His apology for me, I saw people defending his apology, and I was like, what the entire fuck? Y'all can let the baby play in y'all face if y'all want to, but that was a backhanded ass apology. It was full of microaggressions. And I said,
let's be clear. It only came because the white people started calling and saying we're pulling back.
Right.
That's the only reason why he came. And then because the niggas know, the gays, because the baby, no shade, no tea. Let's keep it a step. Baby got body, bitch. Might have sucked that dick on the cool. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And females might have hit that too. So, so they know that they can get us with that. And the baby got this aggression that that women in the gays fuck with. It's like that daddy energy. So you might fuck with that. So then they throw in, you see these niggas trying to take me down. You know what I mean? I'm the black man. I'm the protector. So they know the gays and the women. We got to protect daddy. We got to protect the next, no. So then he tried to make that a black issue. Nah, bitch, this wasn't no black issue. Because there was no black issue when you took Dewey Lapita's money. It was no black issue when you got that Boohoo Man check. It was no black issue when you had that private meeting with Elton John, bitch.
Right.
So don't use the black people now.
Right. It's like the typical DL move, though, because, a lot of DL men do that type of shit. And so, like, a lot of celebrities have been saying with your commentary about him, it's like, you know too much about where to suck dick, where to go to suck dick, what kind of room you should have to do this, so you're like, you know too much about our lifestyle, and then to sit here and try to criticize it. So, like, behind closed doors, that's the type of shit that you do. But to make it seem fair seeming to all your fans and the women who are out there, oh, that ain't me. That's not what I do. Don't, and then he comes out with shit like that. That's why I'm like, I'm glad that he started losing those endorsements like that and I feel like personally, like a lot of people, like you said in your, one of your lives, today or yesterday, I'm surprised he wasn't canceled for all the other shit that he was doing.
Right. He should have been. Have been.
But so let's talk about that for a minute. The reason why he wasn't, right? Because women don't protect each other unless it's against gays, transgenders, and things like that. Women don't protect each other against another heterosexual straight man. They'll pick his side. That's not our fault, though, that the women didn't stand up. Because let's be very clear here. And I can only speak from my experience. Those women on my page, those black women, guess what? Even if it wasn't on my page, let's take me out of it. Do you see how those women stood up to Evelyn Lozado during Basketball Wives when OG had that situation with OG? When she tweeted out them black women ate Evelyn Lozado alive.
Right.
They didn't have that energy when Dababy punched that bitch. They don't have that energy for Tory Lanez when he shot Megan Thee Stallion. Guess what? They're defending those niggas.
Oh, definitely. Armand,
they're defending those niggas
earlier about.
Let's be very clear.
Very much.
They're defending those niggas.
These women are just as toxic as these men.
Agreed.
That's what I say. It's the insecurities. Okay.
Right. I think Armand, you made a very valid point too that I didn't even realize in your live today or yesterday. Like even when it came to the whole Black Lives Matter thing, when you're like we are expected as a community, no matter what your orientation is, you know, with the whole Black Lives Matter, you are to stand and be there for these men who are being, you know, black men who are being shot in the streets. But when it's for instance like shit like this. And it's supposed to stand for the gay community.
Hold on. See, this is the bullshit for me. Two different situations. Bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? How are these two different situations? A bitch being called a monkey and a bitch getting shot?
Right.
Okay. And the baby's trying to bring race into it. And a lot of these Black Lives Matters people, they're let's be clear. There's a big difference between being pro-black men and pro-black people.
Right. And that's why I was agreeing with Armand on his video, because I'm like, that just makes so much sense. Like we're expected to stand with you, you know, during this, but then you knock us down or treat us like this and use everything to make the LGBTQ community feel like shit. So it's like, why do I need to come and march with you after you just did this? If something was to happen to you today or tomorrow, are you expecting me to come out there and march with you after you just came for not just the gay community? Because like you said, Armand, you know, HIV and AIDS, it doesn't just pertain to the gay community. It's across the board. You know, everybody who had to come in contact with this is of all, you know, races, all, you know, genders. So it doesn't discriminate.
And then and even in that though, they were going off on me when I said I'm not out here marching for these niggas. Bitch, I wouldn't pull a camera phone out if police was whooping one of these niggas' ass. You know why? Because it didn't stop at Dababy. I'm watching all the social media. So I'm watching Twitter. I'm watching Black Twitter, and I'm seeing niggas. These faggots, they trying to cancel Dababy for being straight. You guys are totally missing the point. But these are the same niggas. These are the same niggas that are trying to run from the police, end up getting their ass whipped because for non-compliance, and then all of a sudden we supposed to be on the front lines. Bitch, you're not listening. You're not paying your goddamn fines. You trying to run from the police.
And another YouTuber made a point about this. The people that's happening to with the police. Don't get me wrong. I think that as Black people, we can all be we all run the risk of running in, you know, encountering police brutality. But it's the damn Dababies of the world.
And the boosies.
This shit is happening to because they feel above everybody else and above reproach. It's happening to them. It's not happening to the Armand Wiggins and you're just your average Joe Schmo. You know, I'm please, I'm not saying that any of us cannot be victim to police brutality. However, these particular group of individuals are at a higher risk. It happens to them at a higher rate.
Right.
They expect all of us to come and show support when it happens. When they don't see value in us, we're supposed to value their lives.
This just sucks. I just wish like the Black community is just like, I just see, I mean, we all see that like we could be so strong together, but it's just like one thing just like separates us and then we're back at all into our individual categories.
Hey, Armand.
I love you.
Hey, Bo, thank you so much.
You guys go. Bye. Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Armand, I have a question.
Okay. Hold on. Hold your question real quick. Okay, did you get anything? Because they asking where's the tarot?
Okay, so
what
I got, because we're talking about what's going to happen in the near future for Dababy after this whole conflict. So the first card I got out is the Three of Cups, right? what I feel like he's gonna do, I clarified it with the Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Swords in reverse, and the Fool card. What he's gonna basically do is try to have a new beginning. He's gonna try to move forward. He's probably gonna go like out a lot, or he's probably gonna be spending time with like friends and things like that to try to get his mind off of things. I feel like he is gonna have business deals coming in from certain people, but I also got the Eight of Swords. Okay, so with the Eight of Swords, we got the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, and then we got the Three of Swords with the Nine of Cups and the Eight of Wands. So what I feel like is really going to be going on with him in the next, like upcoming near future, I feel like he's going to be trapped in his mind. He's going to be feeling very conflicted. He's going to be having a lot of anxiety. At the bottom of the deck, overall energy is the Nine of Swords. So this is going to keep him up at night, because this is the situation that's going to slow his money down. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. It's going to slow his money down, his work. The Ten of Wands talk about music, creativity. So it is going to literally...
Hold on, they said it's an echo. What is the echo? We were doing so far. Okay, is it still echoing?
I don't hear it now.
Okay, go ahead.
It feels good now.
No, but listen, with the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, he's gonna be feeling so much stress and burden from the situation. He's gonna be in his mind going over and over with this back and forth. Now, he's not gonna show it because we have the Three of Cups here. So he's gonna be putting on this persona, in my opinion. Now, this is just, my opinion. But I feel like he's gonna be putting on this persona and acting as if he's still getting money. You know what I mean? But really, it's gonna be hurting him. It's gonna be hurting him because he's stubborn. It's like, because he chose to do what he wanted, because he chose to fulfill his wishes with that Nine of Cups, it's like he's going to be trying to move really fast to get over this, but he's not going to be able to get over it because in his soul, deep down inside, he's going to be feeling like he did the wrong thing. And it's hurting him because it's hard for him to take accountability for his actions. And I feel like the fact that he's not going to take full accountability and he's not going to be totally forthcoming with the correct type of apology is going to cause him a lot of slowed down business in the long run. And I feel like for the next 10 months or so, sometime even into next year, 2022, I feel like he's still going to be dealing with this when it comes to business deals and when it comes to working with certain people. And he's going to be left out of certain rooms. And because of that shit is going to keep him up at night.
Okay.
You can see that.
Okay, Damari, how do I say your name?
Damari.
Okay, Damari. Okay, so what's going on?
So I have a question. Why is it easy for a lot of people in the LGBTQ community to remove their coin from the baby? Obviously for good reasons, racial, homophobic slurs and all types of stuff like that. But y'all can't do it when it comes to these female rappers. Hate to bring her up, but Cardi B is one of them. She has a notorious past, calling her all type of F words. City Girls is another one. Carisha said she slapped the gay out her son. Why is it hard for y'all to remove y'all coin from females, but it's easy to do with males?
What's up, Armand?
Oh, hey.
How are you?
Good.
Wonderful. I want to let you know that you are everything to me, okay? When I say I log on to YouTube for you, I log on to YouTube for you.
Thank you.
You are the friend in my head, and I love you so much. I swear 90% of the time I agree with you. I got my boyfriend watching you and everything. Yes.
Okay, so let me answer her question real quick. So basically, why? Okay, so are you a Cardi B fan? Are you no, not you, Dylan. I'm talking about Mari.
I'm indifferent. If she's on, I'll let her play, but I'm not a hater or anything. I'm not a complete stan.
Okay, so you like a Nicki Minaj. You love Nicki Minaj.
No. Like I said, she's on, I'll let her play too. I'm not a stan of anybody. I just love music.
So it seems so it feels like we do give these girls a pass. And I think that you're absolutely right. We do give these girls a pass. I'm not going to sit up here and act like that. We don't. And I think that is the conversation that we were having earlier when I'm like, we give these girls such a big pass, and none of these girls from Cardi to Beyonce to Nicki to Rihanna to the City Girls, when things happen with us, they don't come out and say anything, but we do give them the pass. Now, there's a piece of us that looks for the acceptance for them, and we support them, we love them. It just is, and that's just the honest to God truth. There's no way to spin it. Now, as far as Cardi B saying the HIV and I hope your mom dies with AIDS comments, I personally, I did not address that on my platform. So you can go back. I have addressed that, and I've also addressed when she was shitting on her fans. Okay, in this recent situation, I made a video addressing Cardi B because I didn't even like how she said that she was going to start promoting the Normani video, right? Because I felt like that was a soft flex, right? Okay, so I call her out because she don't scare me. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this though, and I feel, but with that being said, again, it's not right. But if I come and disrespect you, Damari, I can't control how you respond. Because at this point, you felt like, and perception is everything. So you felt like I disrespected you. The only thing I can give Cardi B in this is in every time she has said something that has been a response to her feeling disrespected by somebody. Whereas Dababy, this was an unwarranted attack against people that had HIV and AIDS and that was LGBT. Now Krisha said some very nasty things about how she would beat the gay out of her son, this, that, and the third. Now, again, I've also said here on my platform, I don't have a lot of fish friends. Because, bitch, I don't trust them. Because I feel like they like me until they don't. So I've always kept that energy. You know what I mean? I say, girl, I don't hang out with a lot of girls because, bitch, I know what it gives. Bitch, we cool, but bitch, my son can't be gay. You cute, bitch. You can do my hair, you can do my makeup, bitch, but bitch, you can't kick it with my nigga.
But then their best friend is Saucy Santana, so that just makes no sense to me.
But that's just the way. That's just what it is. But see that. But at that point, because then see y'all get me into bringing these other people involved. But see when you get into a space like a Saucy Santana, at the end of the day, what is he gonna do? Stop fucking with them? Well, without him, he wouldn't be Saucy Santana. Why is he gonna come out and speak out? Whether I think he should, but we in the gay community, we got our own issues. We got a bunch of pick-me gays that's afraid to speak out because they want to be accepted by straight people.
Right. But yeah, so it's a whole bunch of
and we're all competing, with one another to be the one sickening girl that made it out. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, so when we go to the function, we can give a lot in our sections and give the girls like, oh girl, we're popping, girl. We can call Cardi B. I can FaceTime JT, girl. I was at Rolling Loud, girl. I'm not gonna get out here and speak out so I get my mic snatched.
See, but that's the pick me syndrome. Yeah. Like I'm just so tired of that because it's everywhere. It's like everybody wants to be picked first. Everybody wants to be the one who makes it out, like you said. But it's like, where's your soul though? Like, do you have a soul?
Exactly.
Because, at the end of the day, like, I don't give a fuck who like me or not. I'm coming on here looking all types of bummish type crazy. But I'm gonna say what I feel like I need to say. And I was like, dang, I knew you was gonna go live too, because just all day I saw you posting, and it's like people have to start being comfortable with who the fuck they are. People have to start being comfortable with their truth and what their life is. And that's what I was saying earlier about insecurity. These niggas have so much insecurity in themselves. And a lot of people, period, whether it's women, men, straight, gay, whatever you are, it's like you have to get those insecurities out your system. Because like I said, if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for everything.
Okay, so we got some more people on here. We got Tell, we got Gracie, we got I'm Just Saying, and Deland. So Deland, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I got a lot to say.
Okay, go ahead.
Baby, listen. We got to rewind back to the baby.
Okay.
Because Because we left
I feel
out
like
the
I need a
DJ.
refill for you, bitch. Hold on.
Then I just got off work, baby. Because what's tea? Like, what is going on in the world? I just don't know. I was just having a very hard time trying to understand, like, what did any of that have to do with his performance? And then for the DJ to be like co-signing, like, do you know how many suspect niggas y'all walk around each and every day? I'm seeing so many sexy draws, body sweating, all up on each other. Niggas that's in your set. Niggas that's around. That's the suspect shit that I see with my own eyes, but yet you're co-signing some shit. So I just feel like it was more to the story. Somebody seen something. Something happened.
It was something on the back end that happened.
Yeah, and that's what
And then
everybody's been
mind
saying.
you,
Like, something had to have happened backstage, or something had to have happened on the way
bitch,
there.
apparently it happened in the parking lot, bitch. Apparently.
right. Mind you, he was
happened
just
in the parking
arguing with
lot.
Megan, talking about some he don't stay in people's business. But clearly he's worried about what the LGBTQ community doing. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Priority.
Hello?
When I say I was so hurt, oh my God, I love the baby. I
really didn't know
love
what to say
him.
though. That it was to a point to when people were actually posting this on Twitter. I was just like, whoa, because I, like everyone's been saying, like, what happened? Did something happen behind the stage? What the hell just happened?
Okay,
So I think a lot of people,
my thing is it's almost like expected though, like from that community. Like it's always going to be them against us. Like regardless of how much shit we overcome, how many years, how many decades, it's always going to be like a number one topic with being gay and not being accepted and people feeling the way they feel, and we're still going to live our life and be us. And it's no way around it.
And my question to Dababy, is this how you say your name? So, like your answer to your question. So, imagine if the gay community pulled away from these artists who are quote unquote straight. Would you still support them if they were independent artists because they weren't getting our money?
You talking about like Cardi, Megan, Nicki, all them?
Right, because right now they have the backing of a industry that gives them all this money because of the many people who of each community, no matter what it is, that support them. So if the gay community decided to back off of them and they started losing their budgets and decided to go indie and they didn't have the stage presence or the stage budget or the video budget, would you still support them?
After all the homophobic stuff they said, I continue to support them? Probably not. No.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask this because so we got Cardi.
Common sense.
No, but we got Cardi. But we got Cardi on that. We got Cardi on that.
You know how many feelings was hurt in that crowd? Like I could just only fucking imagine.
But no, it's not even just Cardi. Megan said some stuff too.
Okay, so Megan said some stuff too.
And Nicki.
Okay, but hold on. Okay,
it's not about them.
But okay,
it's about the baby right now.
You just say some ignorant shit out your mouth like that. Like people that's about to die in a few weeks.
Okay.
It's giving very much moving the goalpost. But
It's giving like Clubhouse. Okay, but okay, so I'm gonna let everybody talk. Trust me, everybody. But I do have this one question, and we're gonna live because it's really not about them. But just as we can talk about what they said,
hashtag
I think there's also interesting conversation of what they haven't said.
It's about
because a lot of people like to put the pressure on Cardi B of what she said, but the same kind of amount of pressure could be on the can y'all not hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
The same amount of pressure can be put. The same amount of pressure can be put on the women that are not speaking out, and having Lil Nas X's back. You know what I mean? So yeah, Cardi may have said some things, but it's just as bad to not come out and say anything. Nicki Minaj has never said anything for gays, never, and that's her biggest fan base. She's never done anything for gays. You can count the times where she said, "This is for my girls. This is for my young girls. This is for my barbs." She never says
the booming system.
She never does anything for her largest fan base, which is gay men.
Right.
She never does.
They don't want to speak.
Which is
Not
why I
around
wonder why y'all
politics.
don't remove y'all coin.
So it's easy to point the finger at Cardi
At a
B
whole
for
bunch
getting
of celebrities.
for getting mad at somebody for disrespecting her as a mother. Like that, I don't know how many mothers are up on here, but let somebody say something or try to play with your mothering skills. I don't know what you might say.
Right. But she called somebody's child a dead animal. Like, I mean.
But see, all this feels personal. And at least one thing that we can say about it, though, it was obviously a back and forth. It was a response. What we cannot say about DaBaby is what was the reason?
It wasn't no reason.
Yeah, it was unprovoked.
Okay, go ahead, Gracie.
Oh, hey, everybody. Okay, Armand. So I am a 2-time brain surgery survivor, and I also have epilepsy. But if you look at the picture on the screen, I'm cute. I look like a regular person, just like the regular people that were in the audience at Rolling Loud who have HIV, who have AIDS, who have X amount of STDs. It was unexpected. It was very hurtful. I don't have HIV. I don't have AIDS. I don't have but I do have other disabilities that would qualify me to stick out. And it did hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings because I do know gay people. I know gay people with HIV. I'm a person with a disability too that sticks out. So, and I do like DaBaby, Megan, Cardi, all of them. I like all of them. It was ignorant. It was unexpected, and it did hurt my feelings. And when he started getting all the backlash, I kind of started to feel bad for him, just a little bit. But then I was like, what are you feeling bad about? This nigga did all this shit on his own. He said all those ignorant comments on his own. Now he has to stand up and do the back end. So now playing into the video. The video was just like Lil Nas video. Like, I don't understand. I'm kind of starting to think that, was it promo to drop the new song? I mean, to drop the new video or what?
That's what we was thinking today. Because
that's ridiculous.
Because then it was interesting to me how there was a random AIDS poster in the video. Like, you knew that AIDS topic was going to take off. Or did you go and refilm that and edit that into the video? Like, did you, were you were you all in on this?
Right.
It all seems strategic now.
I don't put it past him.
It seems cornier. It doesn't make any sense. And everything that he was doing in the video, okay, he was Lil Nas. He did everything that Lil Nas X did in his video. So what are you really upset about? What is it? I feel like it was promo. That's what I feel like. I don't know if he genuinely feels that way, but after the video dropped, I'm feeling like all of it was on purpose.
But one thing, Gracie, I want to hold on. I want to say something to Gracie real quick. I think what I like what you said is that you were offended too, because I was talking to one of my friends. Oh, actually, I don't know if you guys follow her, but Daytime Tea Time, follow her. I was talking to her earlier today, and I was saying that he used HIV, but still that could have triggered other people with terminal illnesses, because that still was kind of like, basically, bitch, if you got a disability, keep your fucking phone down. Like,
keep your phone down, keep your ass at home.
That's what that made me. That's how I took it. I didn't even take it as literal as HIV. I took it as
like that either, Mom.
I took it as anybody with a disability. You ain't worth shit.
Yep. Exactly.
That's how I felt.
Exactly. And that is exactly how I felt too.
If you was gonna say that, you was gonna come down the list with anything else.
But cancer, diabetes, whatever. Like, you would come anybody. Yes, exactly.
COVID.
Exactly.
It was insensitive. It was very, very, very insensitive.
I'm with
it really,
you.
really was.
That's how I felt. I felt exactly
because
how
we out here, people with disabilities, we out here every day, living, thriving, cute, bad, all kind of stuff, dealing with stuff internally every single day, going through stuff every day. We go out, we going out to kick it. We going out to have fun. My nigga, I don't want to be reminded of what I got going on right now. We are Rolling Loud. It's up. Everybody's drunk. Everybody's kicking it. I don't want you to, if you ever had a seizure, if you ain't had a seizure, put your light down or I don't want to hear that shit. I came here to have a good time. It made me feel, it put me back in a box. Even though I am so sickening, it put me back in a box like, well, there goes another a little thing. And that's how I look. I didn't look at it as just an HIV thing or just a gay thing. I thought of it as anybody who is different and sticks out. That's what I thought about.
That's how I took it too. That's how I took it too.
This pandemic should have taught a lot of people it should have opened your eyes to so much, so we should have been so closer together. And that right there just shows you that some of these artists, that pandemic didn't even faze them. Like everybody else, we knew how to come together. Like that was shit that you don't ever want to ever go through again. All that separation, you couldn't sit with your family, you couldn't see your friends, you couldn't go to concerts.
Yep.
So for that to be the first concert ever, you know, in over 14, 15 months, and that's the shit you go
and
to.
And that's the shit that you led with and came out with.
Thank you. Like that, really? We just lost over 600,000 people, and we came to spend our money to see
Mind
you.
You're not even talking about COVID, but bitch, you stage diving in the middle of a pandemic. Mind you.
Right.
And mind you,
in that motherfucker.
And the same stage you on, Future's girlfriend, Des Dior, was just performing on the stage with that mic, with the COVID.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
So you better get tested.
Getting twerked on with a naked woman in her bed. Like, what?
Bitch, all y'all got to get tested because that bitch just had the coronavirus. And I'm sure that's the same fucking microphone or it's the same staff.
Right.
Everybody
got a freaking lap dance
COVID.
on his bed. Like, ew.
Yeah, and he was down there fucking the girl.
But
on
if it was
stage.
deployed, if it
So
was
like, what was the like?
I'm sorry.
It was so corny.
If it was
Yeah,
a ploy
it's
though
the
for
same.
him to say that, right? If it was a ploy, what he didn't calculate was that T.I. was gonna chime in about some stuff. And talk about Lil Nas X.
T.I. wasn't one of the victims accused. Wasn't one of the victims a man? Like why is that even a question? Like that T.I. to me is completely irrelevant. Like that some just you stay in your corner because nigga one of y'all victims is a male. So but that's T.I. He's always trying to put his two in on what no niggas ain't forgot about what you did either. So you could sit in your corner, and that was just an attack on Lil Nas. T.I. just be trying to get anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but the baby didn't expect him to say something. He thought that he was just gonna be able, because y'all were talking about the video and how he, you know, how it was a ploy that he said something about AIDS and HIV because of the video, right?
Yes.
But I feel like he didn't expect to get all that backlash because he didn't expect for T.I. to chime in and say something. So now whatever he was trying to possibly calculate and do, it just blew up in his face. And
now the issue was it wasn't even just about T.I. and it's just like Armand said. You said all that BS, and then those who were coming to back you up were bringing other celebrities into it who are a part of the community. Mm-hmm. Why Lil Nas X came up and why anybody else's name came up, that was bullshit. That they should have never been into the conversation.
Ever. They shouldn't have. It should have been on the baby and what this nigga said. It shouldn't have been on no other. And I don't like that everybody's trying to pull Cardi in and pull. If that's the case, nigga, we all need to look back and see what we done said about somebody. This is what the baby said in front of thousands after and during the pandemic, and it hurt people's feelings. At the end of the day, it's not about Cardi. It's not about anybody else right now. This is what the baby said at his concert. So
okay, hold on. I gotta say, there's this guy that's trying to get on here, but it keeps saying your device is not connected. So they will need to connect their mic/cam before you can add them to the screen. So you need to connect your microphone and your camera. Philip, damn it.
The only reason why I brought up Cardi B and them to begin with was just because I wanted to know why the baby was the straw that broke the camel's back. Because he's not the first person to say this, and he won't be the last, unfortunately. That's all I was wondering. That's why I brought them up. It was just to wonder, why was he the situation that broke the camel's back? Why was he the one that got the most backlash out of everybody?
Well, I'll tell you. Well, who wants to take it?
I just feel like when people finally lose, it's like a straw that broke the camel's back because people are starting to get frustrated about the bullshit that's going on out there.
No, I think he was the one that broke the camel's back because, again, it was what was the reason?
Exactly.
What was the reason?
And did Rami, or I don't know if that's like, I hope you, I was not trying to offend you if that's what you thought, if I was trying to attack you
No. I just want to make it clear. I just never
okay, because that's absolutely not what I was doing. I was just because everybody's bringing up all of that now. So, but that was not for you or anything like that.
So
that's just good.
For me, it was unprovoked, and there was no reason. He wasn't upset. He wasn't. It was nothing. And then T.I. came in with the alley oop and the slam dunk. And then Dababy kept coming out with the half-assed apologies, like "fuck you, niggas."
Right.
So that just and then it doesn't help the fact that a week before Lil Nas X came out with this video, and then they started bringing Lil Nas X into this. So we're thinking, do you got a beef with Lil Nas X?
That's probably what's going on.
And why?
Because this is following also the BET Awards. Like, are you niggas kind of mad at Lil Nas? Is this because T.I.
This is
like
after
you've been needing to
Pride
get something off? You trying to get something off your chest.
Right. But have you guys noticed that Dababy does a lot of shit that has no reason behind it? The whole shit where
he does. And it be the most random stuff, the most random corniest things.
a lot of the shit that he's been doing lately in the past year has had like he's like showing his ass for no reason, and it's just like, what made you bring Tory Lanez out? What made you go against Megan or whatever? You know, so a lot of the shit that he's doing has no reason, or if there's something.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this: who and you don't have to agree with me. So, how many of you on the panel right now think that Tory Lanez is innocent?
I'm indifferent.
Okay,
I'm indifferent too.
Let me do this. This is a women question. I only want the women to answer this. Why are so many women ready to defend these niggas, and they don't protect each other? But then yet ready for everybody else to protect the women. But y'all don't protect the niggas that are supposed to protect y'all. So why is it that people are ready to protect Tory Lanez and Dababy?
Right.
But no one's protecting Meg.
Well, I'm going to speak for myself and myself only. When the story first broke out, originally I sided with Megan because you're always supposed to side with the victim. So I was like, okay, this man did something. But it was just the minute, like, it was the antics. It was the not speaking for a couple of months, not pressing charges, injuries not matching up. It was just inconsistencies that started making me like question, like, okay, what's going on? I never completely sided with Tory because a part of me still feels like, maybe Megan got her story wrong, but maybe Tory still shot her. It just was the inconsistencies for me. And then the like protecting someone who shot you, like that just did not make sense to me. So I just had to I just swayed towards the middle. Now I was like, okay, let the courts decide because I don't know. I wasn't there. All I know is whoever is guilty because of this, they gonna lose their career because there's no way you can come back from it. But I was never on some, I'm gonna defend Tory. It was just, I slowly had to like withdraw my support for Megan, just remain indifferent because it's like things were not making sense. And I'm really more of a fact-based type person. So it wasn't like it's not like I didn't want to believe Megan. It's just the stuff she was saying was just not making it easy to believe her, is what I'm saying.
Right.
But the things but the things that Tory was saying made it easy for you to believe him.
No, because most of what Tory was saying, the internet already was kind of saying anyway. He was just repeating what we all had figured. Like,
she got the hell out of here when it was time for her to give me the reason why. Okay.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, that's just for me. I was never on some, Megan's lying, because maybe, when traumatic stuff happen, victims, they tend to like, there's spots in their story. They tend to forget stuff. It's traumatic. They don't remember everything.
Somebody said most of us would have done the same thing. Who voluntarily snitches, because women will do. You got to think about how many women get their ass whooped by their nigga at home and the police come and they say that they didn't do it. Like that was.
Let me tell you something. As far as me, I'm just gonna let y'all know. That's why I chimed in on the dude talking about the guy talking to him in jail because I was dealing with a guy, and I'm gonna be honest. I got my ass whooped. I got my ass whooped, and after I got my ass whooped because I was in a traumatic place. I didn't defend him. I called the police on him. But basically what happened was afterwards, things are said, conversations are had, and sometimes people manipulate your mind. And we don't know what happened on the back end with Megan. And just like Damari said, I'm kind of indifferent because the facts need to prove whatever the situation is at this point. Because for so long, I was jaded. And I haven't been in a situation where I had got my ass whooped so heavily like that before, and I kind of didn't know what to do because I was broken. And you don't know how broken Megan may feel. I'm not saying she is, but we've all been through shit. So there could have been a moment where she was trying to, protect herself in the industry. She wasn't trying to make waves. She wasn't trying to offend anybody. She was trying to keep the rhetoric, or keep, you know, the expectation in a comfortable place. But you never know who was coming at her, from which side they were coming. And
right, but see, the thing is, like, we saw things that happened. Like, the helicopter watched her limp out of the car. We clearly saw something had happened. So for no one to speak up, it's kind of like, that's why I was conflicted. Like, well, what the hell did happen? You know, what happened in the truck? Because we clearly see blood dripping from her foot. And then all the ones who are in the car, don't nobody want to say nothing, but then they do with a diss track. And then they want to come out and say, you know, so it's just like, y'all
It's
all clearly
weird.
know something. Yeah, I mean, the truck was
And
big,
then
but it was
the case is taking so long. Like, why is this dragging out? It's almost been a year.
Like, really?
Well,
This
shit.
trial to be wrapped
The
up,
Cardi
honestly.
B, Tasha
For
K
real.
case took
Especially with
3
the lawyers
years.
and the
Shit.
type of money and shit they got.
Yeah, I just feel like you know, I could see if it was a bus or a plane or something where you really visibly couldn't see what happened in that car. But there was, what, 3-4 people in that car? So someone knows something. So for the simple fact is, yeah,
But
like, if you're not
the
gonna,
only thing that's throwing me off about the Megan Tory thing is that I feel
know.
like people
It's weird.
start off
It's very
supporting
weird.
Megan and then they end up on Tory's side. So I feel like
Right.
he's telling people something, and it's to the point where it's like, wait a minute, bitch, I
So,
believe
like,
this.
what type of, what are they going to be, like, what other evidence are they going to be, like, relying on? Is it just going to be, like, getting victim statements, or, like, what is going to be the next process of court? Because how is he going to prove that he didn't do it if something clearly happened?
And vice versa. How is she gonna prove that
She's
he
going to
did?
prove
It's
that
only
he
4
did what
people
he
and
didn't
no one's
see.
speaking.
But
the
somebody
sad part
saw
about
it.
this
It's
is,
a
like,
gun, though.
y'all were
Somebody
at
saw it.
But I
Kylie
think
Jenner's
it's so interesting that so many women are on Tory's side
This
so
is right.
hard.
I feel like he's
Right.
manipulating.
Yeah, it's always 3 sides to a story.
It's so
I feel like he's
interesting.
manipulating people a little bit, though, because the way he came out and spoke about this situation when he got no fucking business.
But then
Right.
they're
About
trolling
this
her at
situation.
that too. Like they're like trolling her. Like Meg is like
Mhm.
not even trying to troll them or nothing. Like she
That's
just
what
let
I'm
the
saying.
legal shit
That's
happen.
what I'm saying, and it's like that's
And then the baby is coming out
Somebody
like
definitely lying for
no
sure.
weapon formed against
Somebody
me shall
lying.
prosper. Bitch,
Somebody is
no one
literally
is
going to
trying to
commit
set you
career
up. You said what
suicide,
the
like,
fuck you
for
said.
sure.
Right. Now, one thing I can say, though, I'm actually really proud of Megan Thee Stallion right now, because after all that happened and all this started falling off with the baby, like, I've noticed with her, she can just walk off stage, do her, go get her money,
Yes,
and
she
leave.
just feels so comfortable and cocky now.
Right.
Like, she
That's
just
why I feel
feels
she's
like,
telling the truth.
I don't think it's not cockiness. I think it has to be to a level of, I have to, because you can lose your mind and someone telling you, bitch, you didn't go through this, or, you know, he didn't shoot you, you know, and 1 minute they're on your side and the next they're not. So
I
you
just
have
think
to
it's
make
so. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I just think it's so interesting. And she said she started at Megan. So if you look at the screen, right, all the gays, because I believe Megan, all the gay boys believe Megan. Guess what? All the women, they believe a nigga.
No, I'm indifferent.
They do.
But they do. There's a lot of
stick together. Y'all believe the nigga.
There's a lot of pig niches.
Y'all believe the nigga, and that's just
Armand,
what it
the reason
is.
I said that I was side-eyeing Megan is because I'm loyal to a fault.
I mean, I'm sorry.
stand
I
on
got shot.
loyalty,
I'm going to be
10
hurt for
toes
a
down.
minute. I'm
And she was
sorry.
sleeping
I'm
with that
taking some
nigga
time off.
behind
I'm still
Chelsea's
going to
back.
put music out, but I am hurt. You hear me, baby? You about to pay the fuck out of me. I am hurt. I got shot. I'm going to be dramatic. Very much so.
Like it's too much.
I'm not about to
I
be
don't know.
twerking the following week. I'm not twerking the next week. I'm just not doing that.
The reason why I said outside at Megan is because I'm
That's
loyal
why
to a
I
fault.
always go sideways, because I just don't know what the fuck to believe.
Right, it'd be gay, and be you put your whole foot forward and be
Yeah.
wrong, and then
And
find
then
out it was
all
a
your
lie. And be
foot.
like, oh
Yes.
my.
Armand, but can I say something to you, Armand? You know the reason why a lot of gays actually stick with the woman? And one thing I've noticed too, even with me just being gay, is it's like I look up to the black woman. The black woman is who raised me. And so if my mom told me that a man abused her, I'm automatically going to cling to her side because this is what she said. And there's proof. Someone shot her. Her toe is bleeding.
Well, not only that, it's not even that. It's just, I mean, it is that, but we love our girls. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
They're who we confide in them. They confide in us. That's why I never understood why there is such a divide secretly between women and gay men, because we are like almost one and the same. Like, we're BFFs, we're brothers, we're sisters. We're like, we're nothing without them. They're nothing without us. Like, you know what I mean? These niggas ain't shit on both levels. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like on both sides. Like, I feel your pain and you feel mine. You know what I mean? And that's just what it gives. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's what it gives, because, you know, like, I love my girls. Like, I literally love, like, my female, like the women. I love my girls. So, like, I'm not taking the nigga side because I know niggas ain't shit. As a gay man,
I feel like he's manipulating people. I just feel like I feel like he honestly is trying to talk and get people to hear his story. I feel like he had people coming at
And
him.
I'm sorry, I'm not falling out with my best friend over no nigga. I'm
Exactly.
sorry.
So that's what I think. So Kelsey, okay, so what do y'all think that
like,
Kelsey
are you
knows?
fucking kidding me? Even if we had some beef, we gonna take a minute. We gonna be back best friends. You got me fucked up.
Listen, this is why I freaking side-eyed Megan. I'm from Houston. I love Stallion. I love Megan Thee Stallion. I was on Tina Snow. I had just had my second brain surgery, and Tina Snow was out. And I was in the gym with Freak Nasty every day on that treadmill. So what made me side-eye Megan? It was because, my nigga, so you sleeping with this nigga behind Kelsey back? That's what made me start to look at her a little bit different.
It has nothing to do with her getting shot.
It doesn't have nothing to do. It doesn't have nothing to do with her being shot, but it is a character. That's a character thing.
Well, Megan got a hell of character flaws.
We don't. And I'm not. It's the fact that
Megan Thee Stallion is a drunk.
I mean, if you're not going to defend me and say what the fuck happened, I won't take your part either.
Falling out with my best friend
and then
behind
you do a
no
whole
nigga.
diss track, like,
and to be honest, she said that they were. She said that they were arguing in the car. She never said what they were arguing about, so it could be over a nigga.
That's what I'm saying, and I honestly feel like that's what it was. It rooted from Megan sleeping with him behind her back when Kelsey had COVID.
Right or indifferent.
But
I got my best friend back.
It wasn't right because even Meg, she was like,
yup,
all them niggas are in jail.
It was his pussy ass.
So he must got some good dick then, because my thing is, I'm like, nobody's gonna say nothing. Like, I just don't get that. No, that's what just gets me. Is just like nobody.
That's why I'm side-eyeing everybody.
Where there was no pedestrians on the sidewalk while they was driving down the street.
No cameras across the street. Did nobody catch the footage?
Like something. So that's why I be saying, like, even with the evidence, like, what are they going to use as far as evidence? I mean, I don't know too many cars that come with black boxes that listen to the conversations. I mean, I don't know what else they are gonna to do. So I feel like that's why there's so much this tit for tat type beef going on with this right now, because people don't know.
Maybe there was some type of agreement that we don't know about in the car before the police got there. And
still, that should be out the window by now.
Megan only said something about what happened, spoke out about it, because some type of agreement was broken. That could have definitely been what it is, because I feel like there was an agreement that was made before the police got there, and somebody broke the agreement. And Meg decided that she was going to just say whatever she felt like needed to be said. But I feel like something went on the back end where they wasn't going to say nothing at all.
Yep,
somebody just decided to change their mind because somebody didn't like how the agreement was going.
All I'm gonna say is I don't put nothing past Rock Nation, because Uzi apparently hit Britney and she's supposed to be pregnant and nothing has happened to that man yet. So I don't know. It's a lot of protection going on. Rock Nation knows how to protect their artists, so I don't know. I'm sorry.
I just want the freaking truth. Because I want to know the freaking truth.
Everybody got a hand.
That's what I want to know. I want to know what was the whole beef? How did all the drama start? Because whatever happened in that car that night, they taking that shit to their grave. Like, they are not talking about what led up to everything that popped off. I'm not taking Tory's side. I don't know.
But Meg was shot. She was hurt. Clearly, we've seen the video. But what happened? And if you was walking away, how do you know that this nigga's the one who shot you? If your back was turning, you
And
was
that's
walking
one of
away.
my main questions.
Like, I don't
If you're
understand.
walking away,
It's
how
the
do you know?
inconsistencies.
I don't understand, nigga. You
doesn't make
said
sense.
you were walking away, and but he's the one that shot. But he is the one that shot you.
Armand, why
so
you
listen.
eating that chicken like that?
Because girl, I'm finna get up off here. I'm hungry. Okay, so we got M, we got Bianca, we got the smiley face. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Just wait, hold on. I'm just saying you ain't said shit, and you finna get up off here if you're not finna say something.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I love your show. I watch all the time. I agree with 100% what you say.
No, don't do that. Because that's not realistic. You can't agree with everything, but I fuck with you. Thank you, babe.
Well, this is where I'm about to get into it. Well, see, the thing is, this is where I disagree a little bit. And when I'm bi, when I'm around straight people, sometimes the things that they say, there's such an undertone of homophobia that I kind of just feel like you guys are bullies, and gay people should be everywhere, just so it's in your face. And then sometimes when I'm around gay people, I feel like they think that sexuality is a be all and end all. Like, you are like how straight people just see you guys as basically how you guys are at the bottom. And I feel like sometimes with gay men, there's this competition between women and gay men of who suffers more. And I think, first of all, that doesn't need to exist. But however, I don't think it just skews in the favor of gay men. Like, for example, in England and America, misogyny isn't a hate crime, but homophobia is. So if me and you get into an argument, Amon, and you start to call me all sorts of female slurs, you're not doing anything illegal. But the moment I call you a gay slur, that's when this conversation has become illegal. And do you know what I mean? And
That's not fair. That's not fair.
And it shouldn't change for gay people. That should stay a hate crime, but it should also be a hate crime for women. Do you get what I'm saying?
I agree.
Agree.
As it should.
Right. And I just want to say, Amon, I've called in about the whole trans thing before, and you're
Not
always
as they
trans men are
should.
women. I would love for you to do a show about this because they are men. And you know, if anybody wants to debate about that, they can define the word woman for me. That includes trans women. But yeah, that's it.
Wait a minute. What did you just say?
I said that trans women are men.
Yeah.
They are not men. No, they are not men. Transgenders are not men. They are transgendered women. So listen, I think you're defining men by penis. Women have penises. Females do not.
Amon, can you please define the word?
So they can be
What
transgender
How did we get to
women.
this conversation?
Girl, your profile letter, I'm trying to figure out why you. This is exactly what we're talking about, lady with the smiley face and the Y in her profile. Why would you say things like this? And the same thing with the baby. Why? Why
Yeah,
would you?
it's unprovoked.
Being mean. The baby
Why?
being mean. I'm being truthful.
But how did we get to transgender?
Like, why is people so ignorant nowadays?
But what you're saying
Let
that
me
you're being
respond.
truthful.
I cannot tell you why I brought it up if you're talking over me. We're talking about rights. Women's rights.
Oh
It's a
my
big conversation
God.
of rights.
Can we
Women
all
are
just
being
get
raped in
along?
women's prisons because men can now
Apparently
identify
not.
as women and be transferred to our prisons. Women are now losing their sports scholarships.
Okay, why? We understand you're passionate about this, but we do have a certain topic we're talking about.
I asked Armon if he can do a show about it.
Why are you mad at us?
Okay, a show about what? But you
I think
said
it's
you're
a
being
little
truthful about it, but the baby thought he was
I
being
just think
truthful when
a
he
show
said what
like
he
that
said,
would just
so.
be a little bit unnecessary because it's gonna just be very much so gaslighting. Because I get what you're saying as far as transgenders being, born male, but I think the issue is, I just want to answer your question really quickly. I think a lot of people that have the issue with transgender, they think that transgenders have a problem with being transgender. I don't think people realize that there's a lot of transgenders that love and live in their transgenderedness. They're not trying to be cis female women. They're transgendered women, and they're okay with that, and they understand that. I think a lot of people think that transgenders think that they were born biological female, and that's not what they're saying. They're just saying they have transgendered into a woman. And
But
so
the thing is,
give them that. But why is it so hard for people to give them that?
Can I tell you why? Because when we cause ambiguity around the definition of women, we cause ambiguity on who should be in women's spaces. So when you say that women have penises, you're also saying that women's prisons should house people who have penises. When we say that women have penises, we are saying that women's sports should be people who have penises. When we say that women have penises, we're saying that changing rooms where little girls are present should be allowed to house people who have penises. The definition of the word woman is adult human female. It's female. The word woman is created for human females. The same way the word mare is created for horse females. It's just that. It's a biological.
But with all that being said, like listen, and while all that may be correct, while all that may be correct, I'm still not going to sit here and say a transgender woman that has been taking her hormones since 16 years old. Wait, hold on. I'm still not going to say a transgender girl that has been broken down hormones, that has been taking those hormone blockers and shots, is still strong enough to fight a nigga. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that either. And I'm not saying, but we're not going to make it seem like they're just these big burly men either, because they're not.
Right.
Now, and if they want to be addressed as women, what's the problem?
When they take hormones, yes, it does reduce their strength by about 5 to 6%. However, on average, males are about 30 to 60% stronger than females. So yes, them taking hormones, it makes them stronger than it makes them weaker than the average male, but it does not make them weak as or on the same level as the average female. That's my whole point. Yes,
but why do you seem so upset about this? Did somebody say something to you today about transgender women being more of a woman than you?
No. Oh my days, why do you do this? I'm actually trying to have an intelligent conversation, and you're just
I'm really asking you because we weren't talking about transgender women.
Okay, let's take the transgender. Okay, but we can do it.
Raped in women's prisons by trans women. That's what I care about. And earlier on in the show, they got a mention. That's why I'm calling, because I was listening from the beginning of the show, and I'm calling.
Okay, so I'm going to have to bring you in on when I have the transgender guest, because I'm going to bring. I'm going to do a trans. Hopefully, I can get Laverne Cox on. I want to get Laverne Cox on. Somebody let them. I need to get Laverne Cox on here.
It's a worthwhile conversation.
I want to bring Laverne Cox on here.
Right.
I'm gonna listen. Now, listen. Now I feel like girl, because I can DM Laverne Cox now.
That's okay, Amon. When you have that. Yeah, let excuse me with the I'm sorry, I really don't know your name. I'm not trying to be funny, but yeah, I feel like you could be on that type of show when he hosts that type of show. Mm-hmm. I just feel like right now this is a different type of
a topic and a type of show. Yeah.
As you can tell,
I was just asking, can he do a show like?
Let me work on that. I need to get like a T.S. Madison and a Laverne Cox on here.
And make sure you get Y back too, because she wants to make her point.
Cisgender woman too. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll do that. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. My pop-up Cheerio.
Okay. No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, we can't do that. Don't be mean.
Oh no.
Don't do that to her.
Any mother.
Okay. Hey, be nice. Be nice. Okay.
I'm just glad that we were able to listen
just
to
killed the vibe. Like
all the time.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
always got to be one or two.
What's wrong with you? You're not even in the same place as all these people. What are you talking about?
Well, can I be honest with you?
We're not even in the same place.
Exactly.
This is why Armand only stays on for an hour, because there's people like this.
I don't trust people who don't have a profile picture. I don't trust people who don't have a profile.
Okay, come on. Bianca, go, because it's getting ghetto. We're going to end it. Okay.
Oh my gosh, why you got to end it when I come on? No, I was
getting ghetto.
It really is, but I was really wanted to ask you, Armand, why are you listening to the women on the panel when they're talking about their reasons for not necessarily completely just taking Megan's side? Or do you feel like you have your mind made up as to why women are...
I'm listening, but I
don't believe you.
I'm listening. I'm listening. Okay, so this is what I heard. Let me tell you what I heard. This is what I heard. I heard that which Marie. Oh fuck! Say it one more time.
Marie. You had it right the first time.
Okay, so Marie. She made a good point. It was not enough for seats, right? And then it was the lack of she didn't come out, and she didn't really speak for a person that got shot. They didn't come out, speak it out enough, and they didn't like you wasn't pressing charges and the nigga you felt like you was trying to get killed. I heard that. I heard that.
Yes, and part of it too, Armand, because like I had made a comment.
Hold on. But in conjunction, because this started with Dababy.
Yes.
And a lot of people's responses were, well, he
like
killed the
checked all the
nigga
way
and he slapped a woman. But and I'm only speaking from my experience, and that's the only way I can speak from. And I know how black women can be when they feel away.
Will just pay
They've got almost over 10,000 signatures for Kevin Samuels. And I remember in 2018 or 2019, I got canceled for calling OG a monkey. If these same women were upset about Dababy slapping their black sister, they would have made a lot more fucking noise. But they were more upset with Evelyn Lozado because she was Latino and she put a monkey emoji. They were more upset at Danny Lay for saying yellow bonus what he wants. That is what they were upset about.
Listen,
they didn't give a fuck about the baby.
She was about to have the baby.
Right. But see, my thing too, I know that about the black community, period, is because we can talk about each other and down each other, but let somebody else do it, then we're all, Martin Luther King marching and ready to be with each other. So that's the issue.
One band, one sound around this motherfucker.
Right. So that's the issue. It's like, we can talk about each other and do all that BS, whether it's horrible talk or not, and not saying that it's acceptable, but that's just the stigmatism of it.
And I get what Armand is saying as well. Like I see where you're drawing those parallels, so I don't want to act like I don't understand what you're saying, but just in the context of at least the women that are on your show right now, not necessarily the broader, I guess, audience of women or people you've been seeing in comments, etc. I think a lot of times we on social media, we've jumped out the window and taken a side and attacked people and canceled people and did this and that, and then had to backtrack. And I think now with the whole Megan thing, because it's so unclear, because it's so weird, because nobody's saying anything, and because she was drunk, there are questions as to whether or not maybe she was confused about what happened. That doesn't mean she's lying.
No, but at the same time, the police, the DA, they wouldn't just bring him in and charge him. They seen gun residue, and even Megan Thee Stallion posted a picture of her foot. That still wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough.
It was. Armand, it was good enough. And honestly, when I just heard the story, I was like, I'm done with Tory. I was done with him at that.
So let me ask you this: the better question for me is, what has Tory Lanez shown for us to believe him and not believe Meg?
Exactly.
I don't believe that nigga.
I don't believe that. I'm different. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle.
I don't believe him because he hasn't shown us anything.
He hasn't shown me anything.
Right, because every time you see Tory Lanez, he's always on the people who are against Megan or who have done her wrong. He's always like just showing up to the Rolling Loud with the mascot shit. Like he's always doing things like that are questionable, and it's just making those who were on his side or in the middle go more on Megan's side, because it's just like, damn well you weren't supposed to be anywhere near Megan. That's why your ass came in at a mascot.
Okay, and I want to address this too, because I want to let's go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off of this while we're on this. Because somebody said she was trying to stay silent the whole time. First of all, let's not act like come on. Let's not act like when you fucking a nigga and some shit go down, whether we all been in a relationship with a nigga or not, whether it's been violent, argument, whatever, you like, I don't really want to get the police involved. Like, it's not that serious, but it is that serious. And let's be clear. Let's be clear. As women and as the gays, just like the straight men earlier said, we are here to protect the nigga. First of all, we got to admit that we will protect that nigga. Until we can admit that, we can't have the conversation. We will put the nigga before we put ourselves. True. Okay, so at that moment,
until we get tired of protecting that nigga.
Exactly. So even in this situation, but even in this situation, we cannot all 100% fault her, because let's put it all out there, bitch. First of all, you might have been fucking them, and that was your friend's nigga. First of all,
right.
Let's be you were already on some bullshit.
Right.
Let's be clear. So you didn't need that out. Okay.
Right.
And then you're celebrities. Then he shot you. You trying to make you wish that this can just go away because you don't probably want to deal with the shit.
Right.
That's why I said there was an agreement.
But even though Megan didn't say nothing, that makes me side eye Kelsey, because Kelsey, you were there. Megan doesn't have to speak, but you're the next best thing to Meg. Why didn't you say anything? That's what makes me side eye. Because Megan doesn't have to speak. Most victims aren't like that. But it's just Kelsey, I'm not gonna sit here and let my best friend get shot and then me not say nothing. Like that's just not
even
happening.
if she was fucking on my dude, like who cares? Like if you got shot, girl, that's secondary to what just happened to you. Like if I just see something like that happen to you, I'm speaking out. So it's just very weird. Like this whole thing is just very weird.
That's why I said it had to be.
And then Kelsey, what I don't like about Kelsey, she strategically finds anytime the topic is brought, all of a sudden people are bringing her up and she has to comment. Bitch, just show ass up. Because you ain't saying nothing.
Wait, no, because Megan dissed her first in that song, technically. So the diss was a response.
Me off.
But before then, Kelsey, she always tells like half-ass stuff. Like either you gonna tell it or you just not. Like either say something or shut up. Like it's just annoying.
Well, it's all of them at this point. And I think that's why people just started to stop taking sides so much, because it was just like, okay, we really, really don't understand what happened.
But I'll tell you this, what neither one of them are going to do is let we, the people, we're not going to forget. Even when because I feel like both of them on the cool are willing to let us kind of forget about it.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Because even right now, like no one ever talks about this shit until you see them both on the same stage, or you know that they're featured on the song. Like no one, we don't be sitting here like, oh, I'm gonna think about today and wake up like, did he really shoot her? Like that was, over a year ago.
But you know what, Meg actually kind of brought it back to our forefront of our mind, right? Because she had something to say when Tory was starting to promote his song months ago with DaBaby, and no, he's not clearing that. And then when it actually was coming out, then she started this whole back and forth online with DaBaby. So it's like, girl, like what? Why are you doing all this? Like you're bringing all the attention back.
All right, let's bring it back to because I gotta go to sleep. What are y'all final thoughts on DaBaby? What are y'all final thoughts on DaBaby and this Lil Nas X?
Trash.
My playlist was never that big on DaBaby, so honestly, he can go. I mean, I lose no sleep. I like his songs, but I lose no sleep.
I feel like DaBaby. I mean, like.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Anderson.
Oh, you're good. I was just gonna say, I mean, everybody makes mistakes. He made a huge mistake with this. But I mean, as far as being like canceled, I mean, I feel like if he came back with a sincere apology and not to any specific group of people, just saying sorry for the stupid shit that he said, I think that would make it a little bit of a, I'm not still going to spend my money on you, but at least I know you have a sincere bone in your body to where, okay, if you do that shit again, you like, it's all, that fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, or however it go. But I think that's how it's going to be with him. I mean, it just seems like a lot of times everyone's gonna, they lose their deals, they do this, then they want to apologize, and then everybody forgets about it. Then they come out with the next single and they hit it, they hot again. So it's just like, when are we gonna actually? I feel like with this right here, and what Armand was saying yesterday, it's actually time for y'all to start being held accountable for the shit that you're saying. Because let Armand say something on his platform, they start trying to cancel him. And
Armand been canceled 5 times, child.
Thank you.
Yeah, but the only reason why I'm gonna be, and I hate to, and I don't want to make this a bigger issue, but the only reason why it's going to be harder this time, because there's the same amount of people that's trying to cancel DaBaby. There's a big, large fan base that hates Cardi B. And so because she said what she said, they will justify that and support DaBaby on top of the underlying homophobia, which Cardi B has nothing to do with this.
Agreed.
And
I think DaBaby is
not be brought up.
She
Right.
shouldn't be, but she, you already know she's going to be. She is the topic. I mean, it is what it
But
is. They hate
that's
it.
what I'm saying. Why is it different? Why can't, if homophobic slurs is homophobic slurs, why is it a pass for her?
Again.
It's not a pass.
Well, no, wait. First of all, Bianca, again, when Cardi B said, "I hope your mom dies with AIDS," I didn't take that as a homophobic slur. Number one,
Because they don't apply to.
I don't wear HIV as a gay man.
Right.
So HIV is not. So that's the first thing we need to clear. So the reason, first of all, straight people are still in your subconscious mind. When you hear HIV, you're still
automatically
putting that. You're thinking gay. So that's why your mind automatically goes to that. That's why TI mind automatically goes to that, because in the subconscious, you're thinking only gay people get HIV.
Right.
And then that comes into your conscious mind when you hear it. So for me, I don't have HIV. When someone says that, I don't attach myself to that, because what she said was not, I hope you get HIV. Actually, I hope your mama catch HIV. That's what
I
she
wasn't
said.
talking about her. I wasn't talking about the HIV as like a homophobic slur. I'm talking about like homophobic slurs she said in the past, plus her HIV comments.
I've never heard her say a homophobic slur.
She's definitely never said the F word. And I'll just say this, it's 2021. People like to harp back on things that the girl said in 2014, 2012, 2017, 2016. At some point, people do grow and learn and apologize hundreds of times, it seems like, for those comments. If people don't want to accept the apology, they don't have to. But all we can do is see change behavior. That's the best apology you can have.
Right.
She doesn't
So
speak
then
like
do you see
that
that
anymore.
for the baby? Do you see that for the baby though?
Well, he hasn't changed his behavior. He's doubling down on what he said.
And then he threw a whole AIDS poster in the video. That was added, right? Because that wasn't in jail. That was just on the street with two niggas. So now he's trolling in the video.
Right.
So that's what I think people are not seeing. He added that.
Bro, I agree with Bianca because, and I agree with you, A. Anderson, too, because I feel like change behavior is what really is going to show if somebody's worthy of getting your money, okay, and you patronizing them. And I feel like if you're the type of nigga who's got too much fucking pride to realize when you made a mistake and you refuse to learn your lesson, obviously you're going to keep on doing the same shit. It's gonna keep on catching up with you, and eventually you're not gonna be big enough to overcome that shit. So go ahead and do what you gotta do. If you feel like you want to keep saying whatever you want to say, doing whatever you want to do, you don't have to apologize about it. It's not gonna change what I do on a daily basis. But at some point in your life, you're gonna have to understand that shit will catch up with you, and you ain't gonna be able to have a hit to save your ass.
Right.
So you can do what you want to do, but come on, take accountability and take ownership before it's too motherfucking late and you sitting around with has-beens.
Yeah, that's just
I ain't sitting around like Fetty Wap. Remember, Fetty Wap was the hottest thing smoking in 2014, 2015.
Right.
And he can't get a hit to save his life.
Because just like that, it can be snatched away from you. And if you think you bigger, if you think you bigger than some karma, then cool, live your life and do what you gotta do. But the difference I feel like with Cardi B is that I feel like sometimes people give Cardi B a pass because Cardi B actually, I feel like she does things for people that are positive. You know what I'm saying? Like she does things for people that shows she has a little bit of integrity at times and shows that she has a heart, at least in her chest, that's beating. And what Dababy is going to have problems with is the fact that, people are going to start to see his, I don't give a fuck mentality, fuck everybody but me. People are going to start to see that and they're going to eventually turn on him and they're going to get tired of his antics and his fucking shenanigans. So he better hope that he stays on top of his music and what he got to do in the studio to keep up with all the bullshit that's coming out his mouth, or he can choose to take accountability and set a better example. But until he does that, then I just feel like people gonna have to make their choice.
Yeah,
I just feel like
I
just feel like when it comes to straight men or heterosexual men, you got too much to be worried about anyway with all the.
He has a baby on the way.
Exactly. You got
that he's not even claiming.
Yellow bow he don't want.
Right. Like you got too much going on already. And for you to add the cherry like that on it, it's just like, do you not even care about, like, I mean, it's just to a point where it's like, why? That's what I canceled Dababy was because like you just keep treating all these women this way. You keep doing stupid.
And then I also want to say this. You know, and I'm not making excuses at all because it's wrong is wrong. But we can't acknowledge that women have a double standard when we want to let them get away with certain things, and we can't acknowledge that women have a double standard when it comes to shit like going off. You know what I mean? So women it's a softer blow than when it's from the person that's supposed to be our protector. Right? You get what I'm saying? So coming from a woman, it's still wrong, but coming from the man, it hurts more because it just is.
Men by nature are supposed to be setting an example.
It just
he's not
is.
setting a good example.
So we can't decide to put Cardi B on the level of a Dababy now that we want to persecute and prosecute her, but then she's not on that same level when it comes to rights or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like, and I swear to God, I'm not trying to justify it, but I'm just saying, women, there's a double standard for women in just life,
anything
in general. So we can't ignore the double standard.
It, Armand,
yes.
yourself,
so we can't just decide on this isolated issue that all of a sudden there's no double standard, because there is.
There is. But then I think if Dababy was sincerely, like, if he seemed sincere, I think people would have gave him a like, okay, we'll see what you do. But he just doesn't seem sorry for what he said.
Honestly, I don't even think he would have. If he would have never gave that half behind apology, people would have let it go. It would have died down and people would have just forgot all about it because he's a male in the industry. Unfortunately, he will never be canceled because there will be some type of subgroup that will support him.
Exactly. Well, first of all, it will be, well, first of all, there'll be women that will support him because, again, he's coming against gays, and then the straights that will say, you know what, they're trying to cancel this black man. Listen, women, I tell you, I noticed that women support men, especially when they're coming against gays and trans. Now, if it's women to woman, they're going to protect the nigga too. So gays, trans, and other women, like, they're going to support that nigga. They're going to support that nigga. Period. Fuck that bitch, fuck that sissy, and fuck that he, she. That's how they feel. Now, you don't take care of these kids. Now they're gonna be on your ass. Now they're gonna be on your ass.
No,
they're gonna be on your motherfucking ass.
Now, see, I got the kids, and I still feel like that's some trash because I don't feel like women should support men who do any type of abusive behavior towards any group of fucking people. That shit is trash, period. Like,
well, the reason why that happens is because we much like gays have issues within our own community, gay men or the gay community and the women, which why I always talk about this, we are the closest. Like, women are like we are like one and the same, but there's that competition, not just because of women, because gay men push out these things, like they help create that narrative of a competition. And you got to think about it. Women are competitive by nature. Gay men are competitive by nature. You'll notice this. Think about this. Gay men do not support each other. There's gay men in this industry that do not really support me. You feel me? The sissies do not support me. My biggest haters are gays. No shit. That's why do you know? First of all, I don't know how long y'all have been following me, but whenever I was beefing with different channels and YouTubers, if you ever go and look back and think about the interviews or people that have spoke out on me on different channels, they've always been a queen. Every time. It's always been a gay man speaking out with the ops. It's always been a gay man turning into the ops. It's always been a gay man coming for me. My biggest amount of supporters have been Black women, period. That's just what it is. Right. So we have our own thing, but the same thing that gay men have with each other, guess what? Women have with each other.
We have
Damn
inner
right.
competitiveness.
Y'all
I mean,
have that
damn,
with each
why you
other.
clock us like that?
The vice
No, but it's true. It's
Yeah.
really true.
That's a whole
And it's
separate
sad.
conversation.
It is. It is.
Child, because I tried to speak up for, darker skinned black women about pretty privilege, and they got mad at me, child. And I was like, well, bitch, I'm on your side. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, I'm on your
It
side.
be
And y'all
on
chewing me
people.
out. And I'm just like, damn, it's like, what the fuck is your issue? Like, do you really have that much animosity? Like, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. I feel like it's jealousy, a mixture of envy, jealousy, and animosity that makes people just have to attack somebody all the time. Like, it don't make any sense. It's just, I don't know. I'm not gonna keep going about it.
Yeah, but that's why even when I come to hire like a staff or things like that, I'm like, bitch, I don't know if I want no queen, because like there has been narratives that I tried to hire some queen and pay someone $5,000 to take Tasha K down. That was a queen that said that. There was a queen that said me and my man had sex parties and was charging $40 and doing crystal meth. Like, I've never had no
I'm trying
woman.
to say UTI.
Yeah, they was doing like this was these were queens. Gays, you know what I mean?
But
Like,
I think the reason why, Armand, because I can agree with you on what you're saying. That I mean, me being a gay man and married, like I can. The reason why I flock to you so much now, a lot, and even then, I was even watching you, but more so now, is because you actually speak. I think it's just the intelligence, and there's a lot of, like you have mentioned before, a lot of us gays who are on a more mature level. Or we can flock to each other because of the maturity, and there's some people out there who aren't on that level, and so they're so used to being stuck in that teenage era.
We have to admit that as gay men, we can be very messy, and that's just a stereotype. That's true,
right? But that doesn't mean that
too.
But that doesn't mean that you can't understand what somebody's saying. Just like
Exactly.
A. Anderson said, it's like, it's the maturity level. I can understand as a woman what you're saying as a gay man,
right,
and not judge you for what you're saying. I may not agree with you all the time, but I can respect your opinion. And it takes a certain level of maturity for somebody to be able to respect another individual's opinion without passing judgment or having
but
jealousy.
that's why I like
that's
why people say, oh, you hate women, but I'm like, women, they're the ones in my DMs encouraging me, helping me out. So I never, so when people say that stuff, I'm like, girl, no, maybe do I feel some type of way when there's the topic of, the only time I start getting pissed off at my women followers is when we start having these issues and they start saying, but this happens to black women. I'm like, bitch, this is not what the fuck we're talking about today.
Right.
God damn it.
Everybody's gotta
You know what I'm saying?
The most important on
this is not the Struggle Olympics.
Yes.
But if I'm being all the way honest, I never had a moment where I felt like my black women subscribers were being messy or speaking out or exposing my address or doing some weird shit. It's always been a queen. No shit. It's always been a gay. So I don't.
Your own people.
And that's why. That's why I say I don't fuck with a lot of fish. I don't fuck with a lot of fags either, because I don't trust them. Because you know why? They'll be the first ones to be like, "Oh, girl, his man, and he was over there. They wanted to offer me a threesome, and girl, they were getting high, and girl, like they don't mind caring."
Right. And that's exactly what I've noticed, that even when I got married, I hung out with a lot of those type of, the gays I felt comfortable around, whether they were really femme or not. But when I got married, I started noticing the type of gays who actually appreciated me for my next step in my journey, you know, and rooting for each other. You already started seeing that. So I can agree with you on that, because it was a lot of the more feminine gay who, were more of the messy, if that makes sense, who didn't like the fact that I got married before them or was doing things before. So they would start those rumors where, oh, I heard your man and you wanted to have threesomes or, stuff like that. So I had to start distancing myself away from
from that level of immaturity to more of the women and the men, no matter what your orientation was, but I had to mature my level and my mentality to be able to understand. I understand the opinion, and like Nutcase had said, I love that name, by the way. But like you had said, it just takes that level of maturity to know, okay, this is where I'm going to go and listen to, because I may not agree about everything, but I'm not going to sit here and bash you because of the opinion that you have.
Or you're not going to go on somebody's page with my name in the title and go and try to do an interview with them motherfuckers or be dragging me in their fucking chat because you're mad at me one day, bitch. First of all, I'm not here to make you agree with me every day. I'm just, first of all, outside of being the Armand Wiggins show, I was just a motherfucker that wanted to come on YouTube and give my opinion.
Yeah,
I didn't know that y'all was coming. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So
and you know, Armand, I don't be agreeing with you all the time.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I didn't come here to be like, okay, I want to get a YouTube channel and I want everybody to agree with me. No, I wanted a YouTube channel because I wanted to get this shit off.
But that's what you're doing.
That's why I like Armand, because most channels, you can tell they have like a certain fan base behind them. Like you can tell like certain blogs, oh, they're supported by Barb's, oh, they're supported by Barty Gang. With you, it was just unbiased, unfiltered. You like it, if you don't. If you don't like it, you can leave. And I respect
both.
that.
Yeah,
but have you noticed that too, Armand? Because I'm like, even yesterday during your live, you saw who came on your page yesterday, right?
No, I mean, who was in there?
The baby was on
his team.
So obviously he knows how influential you are to just the neutral side of humanity for those all around the world who watch you, because it's just to a point where it's like you give the true tea, you give your opinion, and you allow us to have our opinion, and then we are allowed to congregate and think on the same level of like, well, damn, I didn't think about it that way. So that's why he was on your page, wanting to know exactly what we were thinking about the shit he pulled at that concert, because our opinions matter about him, which is why the video that he just put out, he decided to put that little AIDS poster in there.
Which was
what video y'all talking about? Did I miss something? Like,
yeah, he Dababy just released a video with Roland Ray's catchphrase, basically.
Yeah, if I was on Twitch, we could have did this. I'm probably gonna have to start going on Twitch when we do these type of lives so we can play music and shit. But yeah,
but it was like giving what is supposed to gay or something, whatever.
Not him using y'all vernacular.
Yeah, yes, at the same time as bashing. That's just the weird thing to me. Like, why
and
are
that's
you doing that?
And that's another thing. But then this conversation can go on for days. You see how people get to pick and choose what part of our language they want to use, and then they get mad when we say fish. It's like, bitch, well, fish is not the only word we use. We call fish trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was giving it tea, but see, everybody's the tea channel.
Right.
They done stole that from everybody's throwing shade. We don't even have that no more.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh no, we took that a long time ago.
The tea and the shade is gone, baby.
Right.
It became all tea, all shade. Shoot.
But now we say fish, all of a sudden we're crucified. It's like, bitch, y'all missing the whole vocabulary. Y'all just took this one thing and decided that that's all we say. We just sit and just use fish all day. No, bitch.
Well, that's what I'm saying too. You notice that too. Like now that all this has gone down, and he started losing these endorsements. Look who he's running back to, the black community. Oh, they're trying to take the black man down.
Yeah, he's trying to Black Lives Matter himself out of that. Like, get back.
We're not falling for it.
But yeah, so listen. Well, Andrew, you off the market. Everybody was in here begging me to ask you what is your Instagram because they living for your voice. I don't know what they hear in you, but they hear something.
Why y'all don't want my Instagram?
Well, see, the thing is,
they don't want mine either, bitch.
See, don't take that from him. A got his stuff together.
That guy is married.
So whatever that voice did got him a ring on it. So, bitch, you can't get it, girl.
Everybody always tell me I got that voice for radio. So I'm like,
do they tell you that? Oh, okay. So that's something that you used to.
Yeah.
Yes, audiobook. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely up to you if you want to give that out. It's definitely up to you if you want to give that out. But I'm definitely about to give out a good night. So yeah, you guys know where y'all can find me on Instagram, everywhere at the Armand Wiggins Show. Everybody up here, go ahead and plug yourselves if you'd like to.
Yeah, so I'm Amai Anderson. You can find me. I'm pretty sure I'm from Denver, so it's Amai AMHI and then Anderson, or you can find me at AMHI 1991, and that's Instagram.
You might.
That's a nice name. Amai.
Yeah, that Amai AIMI 1991. Okay.
Yeah, AMHI.
AMHI. I like that.
Okay,
Wow.
next.
Go ahead, Damari. Oh, girl, I can't say it. I'm sorry.
Oh, see, you
Why
see
y'all
her?
sound like a substitute teacher?
See, she put her. She was smart. See, she put hers in there. You see how she did that?
Oh,
That's how you do it.
well, mine's the
Oh,
same.
that was
Binky
cool.
Bianca. That's me on Instagram. Same username.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so y'all can just subscribe to my channel on YouTube, the Nutcase Network. Okay, I do tarot readings for y'all that are cool with that. And you can find me on Instagram __nut.case. Okay.
Yeah,
Just
I
like
might bring you on
Twitter.
my tarot channel so we can talk about that and being a black
Yes.
reader and what that looks
Contact
like and
me.
how that feels.
Yes, contact
DM me
We
so
can
because I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna go and just you're
Okay.
gonna have to
No,
send
I
me a
got
message.
you. I will
Okay.
DM you for sure.
Okay, because if you don't, bitch, I'm going to forget and I'm going to pay.
No. I'm gonna DM
Okay.
you and I won't let you
Okay.
forget.
This was fun. Thank you, Armand, for having
This
me.
is thank you.
Yes.
This is like a nice channel.
Yes. All right, y'all.
Have a good
So,
night, y'all.
Tamari, thank you. Bianca, you always here, girl.
Yep.
The Nutcase Network. And I haven't seen you. What's your Amari?
Amai.
AMIY. Send me a DM too, so I can follow you too.
AEIOU and sometimes Y, baby.
Send me a
Yeah,
message so I can find you too. Okay.
I got you.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.